Letco for Saturday night's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. We're about to sell you some records. Thank you for tuning in on this Saturday night. All right. Let's see here. Craig's the first comment. Welcome, Craig. Welcome, Craig. All righty. Let's get this shared everywhere. Great value energy drink. I need to go fix one myself so I'll have something to drink on. Craig the spoiler. Craig, I just replied to you. I said I was just joking. I posted a picture of the crates we're going through tonight, and Craig was like, the titles are Kate Bush, Living Color, Rush. Yeah, they were going to be surprises, but that was more of a teaser. All right. Vegas in the house. That's my favorite place. Just kidding. Never been to Vegas. All right, let me get those all shared. Let's copy link. Let's go here. All right. Saturday night, last sale of the week. Last sale of the week. That means we're going to have a lot of fun. Can you get Ace Origins Volume 1? No, that is out of print. That's an out of print. That's an out of print title that's pricey. Why is it so dang expensive? Well, what happens is if you ever get if there's ever a popular title that a lot of people want, for example, Chris Cornell, his first ever hits collection. This record here. For some reason, this record ever goes out of print, prices will go up just naturally. That's the laws of supply and demand. Now, if something was, or they've made a bunch of these. But let's say this record was originally pretty limited, probably like Ace Frehley. I'm sure that was a big release. I'm sure they pressed several of those, maybe 5,000, 10,000, but probably not as many for Kiss collectors. So a record that has anything to do with Kiss, if they make it limited, it's going to be expensive because there are millions and millions of Kiss collectors out there. And there's usually these things they make 10,000 of or 5,000. It's never enough. It's never enough for supply. So that's why when we sell new vinyl, I'm like, hey, you might want to grab one of these because if it ever goes out of stock or out of print, it's not going to be cheap. So let's see here. James, we actually don't even have that we don't even have that Megadeth list made yet. We got to go back through and rewatch that part of the show. So, but we have I think not only did we got to take down like 20 names, we've got about 7 people we got to take off of it. So, all right, let's see what we have here in this first bin. I think this is this week's newest arrivals. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, this. I think we've been through this crate a couple times, but we'll go through it again. Warm-up crate here. We have Jeffrey Walker wants on the Megadeth list. We can do that. We have Tonic Lemon Parade. That's a music on vinyl pressing, $38.99. We're going to go through a lot of vintage tonight. I'm going to try to go through, at some point or another, all the new vinyl that's here on our table. That's new releases or stuff that's at least last week or the week before. So we'll go through a lot of new vinyl, but tonight we're really going to go through these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 bins of really good vintage. We'll probably go through them. We'll go through them again. And it'll probably be like last night. We'll probably have a solid 4 hours of nothing but new arrivals, hopefully. We might do a little bit of some recapping. We'll go through all that stuff, and then we'll probably call it a week. We've had a lot of records sale. We have Tonic Lemon Parade, $38.99. Death Wish, Samantha Fish and Jesse Dayton. Samantha Fish and Jesse Dayton, Death Wish Blues, last copy, $29.99. Any new vinyl? There's not any new vinyl that I hadn't shown because it's Saturday, and no new vinyl was delivered on Saturday. Any Rat albums? No. Morgan Wallen, If I Know Me. Morgan Wallen is $29.99. There's a new Rat box set coming out we have a pre-order for. Has all the Rat albums being reissued in one box set. This is not Death Wish. That's Tonic. Let's sell Death Wish to Jimmy Ball. Death Wish to Jimmy Ball. Black Sabbath, self-titled, $33.99. Black Sabbath. Never did see Hanoi Rocks. No, didn't get that one yet. I'm sure it's delayed. Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, $44.99. Something to learn is never pay attention to those release dates. They're usually pretty good on the big releases, like if Metallica says they're coming out with 72 Seasons on such and such day, that album's definitely going to come out at all cost. They're not going to delay something like that. But some of these releases, if I say it's going to come out Friday, May 30th, it could be the next week before they actually get delivered. They get a lot of these imports, they get held up in customs. The distributors don't get them, then they've got to inventory them, then send them to us, then they got to get delivered here, then we got to unbox them. So release dates are good, but they're not perfect. Ghost, if you have Ghost, that's on yellow vinyl, $29.99. Def Leppard, my last copy of the new Drastic Symphonies, $49.99. The new Ghost, we just had If You Have Ghost. This is the newest Ghost EP, Pantomime, $26.99, tan vinyl. We've got 2, 4, 5 of those available. Sly and the Family Stones on red vinyl. There's a riot going on. Jethro Tull is $38.99. Coke Bottle Clear Vinyl, LP and booklet, $38.99. Winger Pull, orange and red-ish vinyl, approximately, $44.99. 4 copies left of the new music on vinyl release, Power Mad. Power Mad Absolute Power, that is $38.99. The Doors is self-titled. It's a 2 LP, 45 RPM of The Doors, that is $69.99. Jerry Cantrell is $44.99. $44.99, Jerry Cantrell, Degradation Trip. Music on vinyl, 2 LP. Aerosmith's Greatest Hits is $28.99. John Lee Hooker is $28.99. That's a self-titled. Overkill Scorched is $44.99. And The Notorious B.I.G., that is $36.99. Jimmy Ball also wants Jerry Cantrell. That is also sold to Jimmy Ball. So that is a recap of Recap. That's Notorious, Overkill, John Lee Hooker, Aerosmith, The Doors, Power Mad, Winger, Jethro Tull, Sly, Ghost, Def Leppard, Ghost, Weird Al, Black Sabbath, Tonic, and Morgan Wallen. Those are all available and in stock for you to purchase. Let me go over here and see what we got in this bin. I'm going to go through one more bin of new. I've got a put-back bin, and I've got 5 crates of new vintage. 5 crates of new vintage to go through. Let's see here. New vinyl here. Let's see what's in this crate. I really don't know. Early Morning Shakes, Whiskey Myers, $31.99. Early Morning Shakes. These are all new and sealed. If you see anything you want, just comment. We'll pull it for you. We'll sell it to you. That's what we do. We sell records. Iron Maiden and other stuff. And other collectibles and antiquities. Iron Maiden Power Slave is $36.99. Iron Maiden Power Slave. Ed Sheeran Divide. Ed Sheeran Divide is $38.99. That's actually a 2 LP. It plays at a 45 RPM. De La Soul. I've got 2 different colors. You can have it on magenta or you can have it on yellow. They're both 2 LP and they come with a comic book insert. De La Soul is $39.99. $39.99. Marshall Crenshaw, limited and numbered, 750 on turquoise colored vinyl, $38.99. The Who's Next, music on vinyl, exclusively remastered by Music on Vinyl, $38.99 for The Who, Who's Next. Grand Funk Collected. Grand Funk Collected, that's 2 LP, Music on Vinyl, $44.99. And The Dictators. Blood Brothers, limited to 1,000 on white vinyl, that is $38.99. And the newest Leonard Skinner issue of Gods and Guns, which Music on Vinyl did as a limited and numbered series, 1,500 numbered on the back. This is number 378. That's on silver vinyl, Leonard Skinner. We pre-sold several of those last week. There's Ministry and Masatomonia. Now, who asked me the other night? They said, could I pull one of those if I found it? And I'm just now finding one. I think that's the last one we have. Ministry is $44.99. A Love Supreme, John Coltrane. A Love Supreme, John Coltrane. This is actually what we got. They shipped this Walmart blue, cobalt blue vinyl. Love Supreme is $36.99. We also have Blue Train by John Coltrane. That's a Blue Note tone poet. Very nice single disc mono of that. $49.99. Kelly says, that was me. Kelly gets the Ministry. I knew it was somebody. Olay Coltrane. Olay Coltrane is from Rhino Music. That's a Start Your Ear Off Right on clear vinyl. $31.99. And Def Leppard Slayer. $36.99. Kevin, I've got 3 Coltranes. Let me know if you want a Love Supreme, Blue Train, or Olay Coltrane. Slayer is $36.99. And Sly Stone Family Soul Sessions, the rare 45 RPMs, 63 to 66. Early rare Sly, that is $31.99. That is Slayer, not Def Leppard. Did I call this Def Leppard? Not Def Leppard. Grace Jones Night Clubbing, $44.99. Grace Jones is $44.99. Night Clubbing. Black Sabbath. I think somebody, when we was on a binge on selling some Sabbath albums the other night, somebody asked for this, and I didn't know where they were at. I knew we only had 2 of them. That is, We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll. That's a 2 LP Black Sabbath, $44.99. Mammoth by Wolfgang Van Halen. That's Black Ice Indie exclusive colored vinyl, $36.99. David Lee Roth is $44.99. That's Skyscraper, new. It's not sealed, it's new. It comes in just a baggie from Friday Music, $44.99. And The Cult Sonic Temple. The Cult Sonic Temple, $39.99. So that crate had The Cult, David Lee Roth, Mammoth, Black Sabbath, Grace Jones, Sly Stone, Slayer, Coltrane. I still need to know which Coltrane's Ken Helpland wants. He wants one of the 3. There's 3 different ones in there. Leonard Skinner, Gods and Guns, The Dictators, Grand Funk, The Who, Marsha Crenshaw, De La Soul, Ed Sheeran, Iron Maiden, and Whiskey Myers. Those are all available. Let me go ahead and grab our first crate of new vintage stuff for tonight. New vintage stuff. I think we're going to start with a bin of check condition. I've got 5. John's got some towering crates here. Is that 5? 2, 4? Yeah, 5 crates of new vintage stuff. I think the first one here is check condition. Let me go through it, make sure there's nothing else in here that we were supposed to pull for auction. I mean, there's some really good titles. The first one definitely. And the rest, we're going to make buy it nows. I mean, what I was saying is there's the first one here, and normally I would try to just keep it where it's all near mint and perfect stuff if we're going to pull something for auction, but we do auction a lot of check condition. We auction a lot of check condition, and this crate's fantastic. So let's go through it. Probably after this crate, I'll go ahead and get some auctions rolling. I'm going to go to the back and try to clear out another bin of Japanese. Last night we started doing some clearance on Japanese titles. We don't keep those. We don't keep Japanese titles too long. If they hadn't sold in a couple weeks, except for Beatles, just because we have so many of them, it's kind of hard to clearance all those out. But most of our shipments from Japan, we don't have them. We don't have too many. We don't have them too long is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Marvin Gaye is EX 74.99. This is a 71 Indianapolis press. EX 74.99. Marvin Gaye, what's going on? 1971 Indianapolis Press. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? EX 74.99. Ian Hunter, All of the Good Ones Are Taken. Ian Hunter is EX 17.99. ZZ Top Fandango is a VG Plus 24.99. New vintage. New vintage arrivals is what I meant to say. Not new vintage. New vintage arrivals. Fantasy, Tommy Rowe. Fantasy, VG Plus, $9.99. Ryan Anderson wants ZZ Top. John Leal was second. The Allman Brothers Band. This is EX 32.99. EX 32.99 on the Allman Brothers Band live at the Fillmore East Classic. The Doors, Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine, is VG Plus $29.99. And Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass, Greatest Hits. That's a German pressing, EX 16.99. Jimmy Ball, first to Allman Brothers. John Leal, you were second. Patsy Cline's Greatest Hits, VG Plus $24.99 on Decca. That is on the Decca label. Travis Garrett, first to The Doors. And we have Chick Corea, Return to Forever. That's EX 44.99. Travis Garrett also wants Patsy Cline. Brittany Bragg wants the Herb Albert's Greatest Hits. That's sold to Brittany Bragg. Was there anything before that? Ken wants the Cobalt Blue Coltrane. That was from that first bin. Ken wants the Cobalt Blue he wants a copy of Love Supreme. Sell that to Ken. Love Supreme. And was there anything before that? I don't think I missed any claims. It was Ken's Coltrane. We got Herb Albert. Back to the check condition bin. The Moody Blues, Every Good Boy Deserves Favor. That's VG Plus $14.99. Every Good Boy Deserves Favor, VG Plus $14.99. Dave Brubeck's Greatest Hits. This is in shrink wrap. EX condition, $17.99. Dave Brubeck's Greatest Hits. And Johnny Cash, Ride This Train, VG Plus $19.99. Original Columbia 2i, Johnny Cash, Ride This Train. Brittany Bragg first on the Moody Blues. Jimmy Ball first to Dave Brubeck, and Travis Garrett first on Johnny Cash. Those are all sold. Mother Focus. Somebody wrote Beta 101682 on the cover. Other than that, the vinyl is EX 17.99. Mother Focus EX 17.99. Electric Light Orchestra Discovery VG Plus $14.99. ELO Discovery VG Plus $14.99. And Elton John's Tumbleweed Connection VG copy, $14.99. Would we say Sonic Boom is the holy grail of Kiss vinyl right now? I don't know. I think there's some stuff much more rare and valuable than that album. EX 17.99. Peter Frampton, I'm In You. Peter Frampton, I'm In You. EX 17.99. And Hot Chocolate's Greatest Hits. Hot Chocolate's Greatest Hits. EX 17.99. Jesse Hood said he needs to put something back from last night. Tanner's already got it taken care of. Slade is VG Plus $14.99. Slade is VG Plus $14.99. Doc Smith wants Hot Chocolate. That's so to Doc Smith. I Saw the Light, Hank Williams. That's a VG Plus $49.99. It's a 1959 pressing. I Saw the Light, Hank Williams. That is $49.99. Colin Butler first to Slade. Kelly Cook was second. The Best of Buddy Holly, VG Plus $29.99. The Best of Buddy Holly, VG Plus $29.99. The Monkees Headquarters, VG Plus $14.99. The Monkees Self-Titled is a VG copy, $9.99. The Monkees Self-Titled, VG $9.99. And Roxy Music, The High Road, VG Plus $14.99. Travis Garrett wants both of the Monkees. Travis Garrett wants both of the Monkees. The Rolling Stones, Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass, VG Plus Red Label Mono. VG Plus Red Label Mono. Mono. VG Plus. Nice looking cover. $34.99. Somebody needs to grab that. Mark Fallon first to Roxy Music. Jimmy Ball was second. And Tears for Fears, The Hurting. VG Plus $19.99. Tears for Fears, The Hurting, VG Plus $19.99. VG Plus $19.99. John Young got the Rolling Stones. I was about to say, somebody needs to be all over that. And somebody needs to be over this Tears for Fears. Aram Lazelle was. That sold to Aram Lazelle. Jimmy Ball, you were second. Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on tour with Eric Clapton. That is a 1970 Presswell press, VG Plus 1999. And the Ramones is EX 6499. It's a 78 Los Angeles press, gold stamp promo, EX 6499. 6499. Tears for Fears, yeah, we auctioned one of those last night. And the Ramones is sold to Jocko Belli. Jimmy Ball was second. John Lill was third. What's the holy grail of Kiss vinyl? I know it's not Sonic Boom because I have a feeling there's Kiss albums out there that possibly sell for thousands. I know there is. I mean, there has to be several Kiss albums that sell for, you know, $1,000 or more. I don't know what they would be, but there has to be. And I don't feel like that album's that expensive, but yeah. I don't know. What is the most expensive current? If you're going to drop $1,000 on a Kiss record, it's probably something autographed. But just as far as pressings, I really don't know. Check this out. Living Color, Vivid. Creatures Glow in the Dark. We had one of those the other night. We did. So for over $500, that's not a cheap record. Or so close to 400. 400. Yeah, Kiss Originals is tough to find. Kiss Originals 2 and 3, I don't think they're... I've seen something Japanese that was over 1,000 recently. Sold price on eBay. Okay, Living Color Vivid. Top copy alert. Top copy alert. Living Color Vivid. A perfect copy in shrink wrap with hype sticker. A perfect copy with shrink wrap and hype sticker. $55 start. $55 start. Living Color Vivid. $55 start. Perfect copy. Dolly Parton, The Bargain Store. Haven't had any kind of vintage Dolly in quite some time, and this is a nice one. The Bargain Store. This is a 75. This is a 75 Indianapolis press. A 75 Indianapolis press in shrink wrap, tan label, beautiful vinyl, has one saw mark here. The shrink is almost full, a little torn here, a little torn off the back, but Dolly is super nice. That's up for auction as well, $30 start. Get ready for the show to begin on Living Color. An out-of-print record. An out-of-print record. I can't tell you the last time it was pressed. I know it hasn't been recently repressed. It's up for auction. Highest bidder wins it. Nina Simone is $69.99. It's a 67 mono Indianapolis press. $69.99. Nina Simone, silk and soul. This is closer to the EX Plus side, but it's on side 2, but what I was going to say is side 1, I don't see a mark far as like a scuff or a scratch really on it. Nina Simone, very nice jacket too. That is $69.99. Red Ryder, Neruda EX. This is $17.99. Red Ryder EX $17.99. Creamed Israeli Gears is EX $32.99. EX $32.99. Creamed Israeli Gears. Chubby Checker Beach Party, VG Plus $14.99. The Best of Sam Cooke Volume 2, EX Vinyl, nice jacket, RCA Victor, mono, EX $34.99. Let There Be Rock AC/DC, VG copy $14.99. And Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, EX $49.99, 1985 Jacksonville Press. Running Up That Hill, A Deal with God. Okay, back up to the top. I put up a Living Color and a Dolly. Living Color, 55, 55, 55, 75, 60, 65, 80, 85, 80, 90, 110 with John Lill. Dolly, we're looking for a $30 start on the Bargain Store in shrink wrap. Nice copy. Mel Webster first to Disraeli Gears. Mel Webster got Disraeli Gears. Mark Fallon wants Let There Be Rock, and he's going to get Kate Bush. Those are all 3 sold. Michael McCarter, you were second on Kate Bush. Joe Gabriel was second on AC/DC. Mark says disregard Kate. So that means give Kate Bush right here to Michael McCarter. He was second since Mark is putting it back. And Austin Calderon, you were third on Kate Bush. And we have Michael McCarter first on Hank Williams. Michael McCarter first on Hank Williams. That's sold to Michael McCarter. So Living Color is at $110. That's going twice, going 3 times to John Lill. If anybody wants to bid on Dolly, now is the time. Let me go through. There's 2 big surprises in here that hadn't sold. Nina Simone, Sam Cooke, and others. First being a vintage tonight. Let me go through them one more time. And probably this one. This is an EX copy, $74.99. Just EX of Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Gatefold, $74.99. It is a 71. EX is not bad whatsoever. What's Going On? $74.99. Don't think too much longer. Ian Hunter, All the Good Ones Are Taken. That was EX $17.99. Fantasy, Tommy Rowe was VG Plus $9.99. Chick Corea, Return to Forever. Chick Corea was EX $44.99. Mother Focus is EX $17.99. ELO Discovery is VG Plus $14.99. ELO Discovery. This must be one of these crates that are got a slight lean to it. Chris Lorenzo on Ian Hunter. That's sold to Chris Lorenzo. And Elton John's, excuse me, Tumbleweed Connection. Original label, VG $14.99. Peter Frampton, I'm In You. That's EX $17.99. The Best of Buddy Holly. VG Plus $29.99. The Best of Buddy Holly. Delaney and Bonnie with Eric Clapton. VG Plus $19.99. Nina Simone was $69.99. We actually don't have any condition notes on this one, but like I said, just to be super conservative, considered EX, EX Plus. Red Ryder Neruda was EX $17.99. Chubby Checker Beach Party, VG Plus $14.99. And The Best of Sam Cooke, Volume 2. Here's another surprise. This has good songs on it. Another Saturday Night. Ain't That Good News? A Change Is Gonna Come. He's even doing the Tennessee Waltz. That's EX $34.99. John Lill gets Living Color for $110. Surprised no one bid on Dolly, but if you want to buy it, you can buy it now for $30. The Bargain Store. It's in shrink wrap. Very nice vinyl. Has that tan RCA label. That's a $30 buy it now. Let me go grab the next. Sherry Darnell wants The Best of Sam Cooke. And Summer Brewington's going to get the Dolly for $30 buy it now. The next crate is where I just pulled those 2 out of. I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty good crate. So let me see what I have left in here. I see a docking record. We probably could run that on auction. And, ooh, now this, I think we've been finally waiting for a nice, this may be the nice copy we've all been waiting for this album. I'll probably start it next. Let me see what we got going on with this album here. Okay, that's still probably a great price. I'm going to leave it in there. Ooh, that's in shrink wrap. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's some killer records here. This is a good one. This is a good one. I'm in the front, which will be the last part y'all see. Let's see how the actual back of the crate, which will be the first ones. They just keep getting better. Yep. Okay. Sorry that I didn't expect. I've pulled out a third of the crate because it's just kind of overwhelming. But we'll see. We'll see. Wow. Okay. This is some good stuff here. Let's go through these. Let's go through these. Of course, y'all know there's a Rush coming up, a self-titled Rush. Self-titled Rush is going to probably be a $95 start because it's OG, not Moon, of course, but US OG, and it's super, super nice. Super, super nice. Let's go ahead and go through this next crate of vintage. And let's go through this right here. All right, so We got the putback bin coming up. Did I miss anything else? Let's see. All right, let's go through these. New vintage arrivals. This crate's kind of, it's got some really good titles in, plus the stuff I pulled out for auction. The Who's That Girl soundtrack, of course, featuring Madonna. Near Me Outlaw, this is from Wisconsin. It's going to be really nice. That's $24.99. Marshall Crenshaw, Field Day. Marshall Crenshaw, $19.99. BOC Club Ninja. This is in shrink wrap, $24.99. Really nice copy in shrink wrap, $24.99. Jethro Tull, A Passion Play. Jethro Tull is $19.99, A Passion Play. Elvis The Sun Collection. This is in shrink wrap. It is $24.99. Elvis The Sun Collection. That's an RCA import in shrink wrap. And Bob Marley and the Wailers, The Birth of a Legend. 20 early Bob Marley and the Wailers recordings, $39.99. I see PP by Jeff McMaster. That's not Bob Marley or Elvis, or must be for Passion Play by Jethro Tull. And Jeff McMaster also gets Bob Marley. All right, let me grab, so I got an assortment of auctions here. I'll go ahead and do this first one that I said I don't see too often. Usually when it comes up, we've had several people put them back because it's like not quite the perfect looking copy. This one, I think we finally got a nice one. There's no writing on the cut. The last three I've had, somebody's wrote their name on them. I don't know why. I guess this was a heavily shared album. That is not the original label. It's originally on a yellow Atco label. It's a nice, it's got the original inner sleeves with it. The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Of course, this is Genesis. The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. We just don't get this one as often as the rest of their catalog. That is a $35 start. $35 start on that. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. And over here, we have a Grateful Dead Anthem of the Sun. Grateful Dead Anthem. Check this out. Anthem of the Sun has the original Warner Brothers W7 inner sleeve. This is immaculate. Can I think of a better adjective? Pristine. It is. There's not a mark on it. It's in shrink wrap. It's perfect. That's a $55 start. $55 start. Nice shrink wrap too. Genesis is $35. Grateful Dead's $55. So, is there any other claims in here? We have Elvis, Blue Oyster Cult, Madonna, Marshall Crenshaw. The Trio bites, the Trilo bites. I'm not saying that like I should. The Trilo bites. Savage Mood Swing. This is $19.99. It's a $19.89 Australia. $19.99 Australia. Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. $39.99. That is a 1982 Carlton Press. $39.99. Very nice. These are all going to be super nice. Judas Priest is $39.99. The Ohio Express, Beg, Borrow, and Steal, $24.99. Peter Alderman, first to Elvis. Joe Gabriel, first on Judas Priest. DJ Jazzy Jeff, he's the DJ with the Fresh Prince. That is $39.99. Super nice. $39.99. Not a mark on it. Nice cover too. That's $39.99. Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel. That's an '88 Columbia House pressing. $34.99. And Jerry Lee Lewis, When Two Worlds Collide, is $9.99. Okay, we got Grateful Dead, 55, 55, 55, 57, 60, 65, 65. Brian Hummel was in first at 65. Joe Gabriel got Judas Priest. Paul's at 35 on Genesis. Jeff wants the DJ. Tanner, that one was $39.99. Jeff McMaster was first to that. Mark Fallon was second. Jeff is at 66 on the Grateful Dead. Lou Reed, Transformer, 1977 Black Label, $34.99 on Lou Reed. Sinister Attraction, Private Wars, 1989, $14.99. Howard Jones, Action Replay, is $24.99. And the Rolling Stones is $44.99. Check this out. Green vinyl from Holland. That is Through the Past Darkly, Big Hits Volume 2, Holland green vinyl, $44.99. Michael McCarter wants the Bobby Brown. That's sold to Michael McCarter. Brittany Bragg on Lou Reed. Walk on the Wild Side. And John Young's at 70 on Grateful Dead. We only got one bidder on Genesis. That's Paul Brothers at 35. If that was the original label, it would probably be over 50 by now. 1982 press, but the vinyl is super nice. Original inner sleeves, nice cover too. Don't let that fool you, I guess, or don't overlook it. We're less than what we had it stickered for. We may not get another bid. Paul may get it for 35. Paul, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to talk somebody else into bidding on that. The Rolling Stones, Time Waits for No One. This is a 71 to 77 anthology, $34.99. Another Rolling Stones. This is in shrink wrap. This is a German, $34.99. Paul said Stones right when I was picking up that record, so I have a feeling Paul Brothers wants this Stones on green vinyl. If so, that's sold to Paul Brothers. Berlin, Count 3 and Pray. This has their hit song as featured in Top Gun, Take My Breath Away. Berlin is $24.99. Culture Club, Waking Up with the House on Fire, $24.99. We got a good auction going on over here with the Grateful Dead. Jeff McMasters is at $73. And Joni Mitchell is $54.99. The other night, we auctioned one of these that was really nice. This one's also really nice. There's one reason it probably cost us $20 as a starting bid. Donna wrote her name on Joni's cheek. But this is such a nice copy. It's OG and the disc is beautiful. It's $54.99. Still think that's a great price, even with Donna's name on Joni's cheek. David Eberly Grateful Dead's at 73. David Eberly on Berlin. David Eberly got Berlin. Paul Brothers said, go ahead and sell it. I will. No other bids. Genesis is sold to Paul Brothers for $35. And we have Grateful Dead is at 73. Guy Clark, $44.99. Guy Clark has a gold stamp promo on the front. It's a repress label. Near mint though. Guy Clark, $44.99. Has the original company sleeve with it. $44.99. This is a Steely Dan Pretzel Logic. Steely Dan Pretzel Logic, $34.99. Nice copy. Pretzel Logic, $34.99. Has a Columbia Record Club sticker on the back. Ricky, don't lose that number. Nice copy, $34.99. And Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. Mystery to Me, $34.99. These are all from that second batch of Wisconsin. I call it the second batch because we've sold most of the first batch. We're working on a lot of them still, but these are so incredible. We've went to these right away. And, man, me and Paul, we've been working on a couple of leads. I forgot what. I talked to a guy in Mississippi, has like 9,000. And I can just tell talking to him, he has nothing but just like rock and classic rock. And this is a compliment. When I say there's an old hippie that wants to sell their collection, that's a good thing, right, Tanner? If somebody's like, we got an old hippie, I'm an old hippie, I want to sell my collection, I'm like, what is your location? That's a like we think that's a good thing. Like, where are you at? That means they're going to have lots of Grateful Dead and Jefferson Airplane and Woodstock era stuff. They're probably gonna have a lot of psych and a lot of just great stuff. We love old hippie music. That's what we're looking for. David Eberly got the Steely Dan. Let's do a final call on Grateful Dead here. Grateful Dead is at 73 with Jeff McMaster, and Michael Bohannon wants the Fleetwood Mac. Michael Bohannon wants a Fleetwood Mac. Gets the Fleetwood Mac. Grateful Dead's at 75, now 77. This is a top copy. Top copy. A Date with Elvis, 1970 orange label, $39.99. $39.99. Yeah, they like reggae too. Yeah, the collection we bought in Kentucky, that guy that had passed away, he could be described as a old hippie. He had the best reggae collection I'd ever seen. The Best of the Beach Boys, Volume 2, $14.99. Best of the Beach Boys, Volume 2, $14.99. And Bad Company, Run with the Pack. Bad Company is $19.99. Run with the Pack. KW initials is on the back. Other than that, Nice copy, $19.99. And Buddy Holly, Rave On. Buddy Holly is $19.99. Ken Frazier, First to Bad Company. Chip Hall and John Young, let me know if you're in or out on Grateful Dead. Jeff has that at $77. And Jeff's Little Toll, hadn't seen this in a while. This is called Original Masters. This is a greatest hits comp. 12 classics from a rock and roll legend. Has that hype sticker on it. This is $19.99. This is a great comp. Living in the Past, Aqua Lung, Locomotive Breath, Bungle in the Jungle, Sweet Dreams, Songs from the Wood, Witch's Promise. I like that one. $19.99. An Evening with Harry Belafonte and Makeba. That is $9.99. Belafonte and Makeba. This is $29.99. It's beautiful. It's just as nice as Folsom Prison we had the other night. A top copy in shrink wrap. San Quentin, Johnny Cash, $29.99. That's sold to Mark Fallon. And did I miss anything else? Michael Nath needs to put back Falco. Michael Nath needs to put back Falco. We sold Bad Company. We sold Johnny Cash. Kevin Huffman was second. Kelly Gabney was third. Michael McCarter fourth. Francis fifth. Kelly sixth. Can't get enough copies of Johnny Cash at San Quentin or Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. Can't get enough of those. I think we're on a final call. Grateful Dead is at $77 to Jeff McMaster. Final call if you want to bid. Now's the time. Face value, Phil Collins. This is $19.99. Face value, Phil Collins. That's still available. I just showed it. That's why. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Green River, $34.99. It shouldn't be available after about 5 seconds. Creedence Clearwater Revival is $34.99. Green River. And Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Deja Vu. This is a 5-digit. It's super nice, though. $34.99. Deja Vu. I've spent many hours listening to that. Brittany Bragg gets the face value, Phil Collins. And Grateful Dead is sold to Jeff McMaster. Jeff, I can assure you, you'll never have a nicer one. That's sold to Jeff McMaster for $77. Let me see what I've got over here in another bin. Excuse me. I know, I got the rest of these auctions, but I know we're going to auction this Rush at some point. I kind of hate to see it go, but we'll do it. Let me see what else is in this bin. Let me go ahead and be pulling some stuff so I'll have a good stack going, because we're probably going to show one bin of new after this, but for the most part, we've got, we're going to go through all these vintage records. I've been, ooh, that's cool, with the hop sticker. That might be worth auctioning just because of the hop sticker. Wings. But for the most part, I like the way we've been doing shows. We have so many new arrivals. We usually just go through everything. We go through everything one good time. It takes a long time to do that, and then we're like, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. I think that's been helping us out too. We're able to get a lot more ready even for the next show. So this is Eurythmics is $19.99. Eurythmics is $19.99. This is 1984 for the Love of Big Brother, $19.99. And Billy Joel, I don't know how to say it, but it's Kolept, $49.99, which is the Russian concert, $49.99. You didn't have a final call on Lamb. I'd had a final call on Lamb. Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Multiple final calls, actually. Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. The new remastered deluxe of this is coming out. I've been listening to it a lot lately on streaming. Nice copy, as in near mint. This is a near mint with original inner sleeve. Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. It's been a while since I've seen this. They're finally putting it back into print. We have a pre-order up for it. This is a nice, super nice OG. $55 start. Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. And we'll try this. I don't know if I've seen one with a hop sticker. Wings Wildlife. It is near mint in shrink wrap with hop. I don't know if I've seen that label too many times. Or maybe I've just overlooked it. Wings Wildlife. Let me show you what you're dealing here. A nice copy. A top copy. $30 start on that. $30 start. That's in shrink wrap with the hop sticker. All right. John Lill gets the Billy Joe. John Lill gets the Billy Joe. Autumn Betts is second. Talking Heads is a $55 start. Wings is $30. We got 30, 31 with Wings. Michael Jackson Thriller, $29.99. No co-produced by Michael Jackson. That's an earlier, if not first pressing. $29.99. Tom Petty, Long After Dark, $34.99. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Long After Dark, nice copy, $34.99. Tina Turner, Break Every Rule. Tina Turner's $24.99. John Lill first on Michael Jackson. Austin Calderon second. John Lang third. The Who's Quadrophenia, $34.99. The Who's Quadrophenia. And this is $39.99. It's a repress label, but it is near mint. Nice jacket too. Black Sabbath Paranoid, $39.99. So Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. John Lill first to Tom Petty. John Lill first to Tom Petty. And Jim Engelman on Black Sabbath. There's more birds chirping in here. And Michael McCarter on Tina Turner. Wings is at $35 with Mark Fallon. That's going once, going twice. Talking Heads is at $55. Final call on that before I make it a buy now. If you want to go ahead and bid, now's the time. Pink Floyd is $39.99. This is original motion picture soundtrack to More. $39.99. That's a 73 Los Angeles press. $49.99 for the Beatles 65. The Beatles 65. Now, we got 1964 on the back. How controversial will that be? $49.99 for the Beatles 65, pressed in 1964. And the Beatles Rarities. The Beatles Rarities is $34.99. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I thought we had birds in here the other night, but there's actually a clock, and every hour birds chirp, and I thought we had some stuck on our vents, but I guess not. Wings 36, Wings 37, Sam Markham first to Pink Floyd, and Wings is at 38. Joni Mitchell Blue. The vinyl, of course, super nice. There's Donna. I don't know if you could take that off. Couple scuffs on the back. Is this the Carrie? Put on your silver. Is this the one? Yeah, Carrie. I think that's my favorite song on the whole album. Carrie. Wow. Go listen to that. Joni Mitchell. Carrie on blue. Okay, Wings 38, Wings 39, and we got Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, $34.99. $34.99. Original label, near mint. Around Christmas time, I need like 3,000 of those. People coming here every day looking for Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. Aerosmith's Greatest Hits is $29.99. And Neil Young, Zuma. Zuma's $34.99. John Lill on Meatloaf. Okay, Austin and Mark, y'all are still bidding on Wings. Austin, you're out. Mark has it for $39. If anybody wants the Talking Heads, it's a $55 buy it now on Stop Making Sense. Talking Heads is a $55 buy it now. How much on Joni? Joni is $54.99. $54.99. Austin's out on Wings. Final call, Wings is at $39 with Mark Fallon. We got two people watching the wrong feed right now. David and somebody else. They're commenting on last night's video. Leonard Skinner pronounced is, let me see what pressing this is. It's nice. I'll go ahead and put this one up for auction like we did last night. It's maybe last night or the night before. It's another really nice gatefold. This is technically the third label. This is technically the third label. Of course, you had the Sounds of the South Yellow. Very tough to find, especially nice condition. Then the black MCA Sky label, and then you had this label. Very nice. This is a $35 start. $35 start for a vintage copy of Leonard Skinner. It's nice. That's a $35 start. Back up to the top, we have Arm Lazelle put JT Comp. He wants the Jethro Tull compilation. I was kind of hoping nobody would buy that. I was going to go ahead and set it aside for my collection because I don't think mine has the hype sticker on it. That's sold to Arm Lazelle. Next is Michael Bohannon on Zuma. That's sold to Michael Bohannon, Zuma. And we got two bids on Leonard Skinner, 35 and 35. Let's go ahead and sell Wings. This is sold to Mark Fallon for $39. Wings Wildlife, $39. Leonard Skinner's at $45. This is Rush. This is a 74 Terre Haute. 74 Terre Haute. Wow. The winner of this is this LP. Super nice. I mean, if you know, you got it, it's one of those where there's no marks or scratches. If you tilt it just right, you'll see like sleeve scuffing. I don't know if I've had one this nice, especially that we could say is a 1974 Terre Haute. That is a, well, I may have said 95 earlier. I mean, this is a record like if we don't sell it, that's okay. Of course, it's going to sell, but I was about to say a $95 start. I'll start it for $75. Rush, self-titled. Nice jacket too. I mean, it's nice. It's better than VG Plus. Has, you know, just a little bit of edge wear here. Very nice though. That's up for bid. Don't get those too often, especially one we can say is a 74 US. All right, we got 2 auctions. Not seeing YouTube messages. We can. Everything working okay? This crate was incredible. Let's go through it one more time. There's a lot of really high grade, nice stuff in here. We got Leonard Skinner at $45 with Ethan Norfleet. Rush, we had John Lang in first at $80, $75.80. Mark's at $95. I figured we'd get there pretty quick anyway. I expected to bring over 100 into the hundreds. Maybe 1,000. No, it's not going to bring that much. But if y'all want to bid 1,000, go right ahead. Talking Heads is sold to Mark. No, who just said they'll take this? Brian Hummel said he'll take that for $55. Okay, and then on deck, I got some other really nice stuff, so you don't go anywhere. I've got Hemispheres in shrink wrap, a mint copy of 5150, and a nice copy of Dokken under lock and key. That's what's on deck. Okay, next is Madonna, Who's That Girl, $24.99. We had Marshall Crenshaw, Field Day, $19.99. These are nice records. These are nice records. Bluest Occult, Club Ninja, I think I may have said $24.99 the first time on that. This is $19.99. Sometimes I come up with stray prices out of my head. The Trilobites, Savage Mood Swing, $19.89 Australia, $19.99. The Ohio Express, Big Bar on Steel, $24.99. Chris D. Lorenzo gets BOC. That's sold to Chris D. Lorenzo. Jerry Lee Lewis, When Two Worlds Collide. Jerry Lee Lewis is $9.99. Sinister Attraction, Private Wars, $14.99. Howard Jones, Action Replay, $24.99. Action Replay, Howard Jones. The Rolling Stones, plural, Time Waits for No One, Anthology 71 to 77, $34.99. Culture Club, Waking Up with a House on Fire, that's $24.99. Guy Clark, self-titled, Gold Stamp Promo, $44.99. $44.99, and A Date with Elvis. A Date with Elvis is a 1970 orange label, $39.99. Chris D. Lorenzo wants the Stones comp. So y'all's feeds are really messed up right now. Can you see what's embedded on the screen, or do y'all see something different than we do? Right here, my hand's going up. That's what's embedded on the screen. I'm getting comments. I think I'm seeing everybody's bids too, because I can see y'all's. Let's see. I'm not for sure. I guess if for some reason your chat stops working, you can always just look on what's on the screen. I know it's probably tiny for y'all. It's actually kind of tiny for us, but I've got the master over here on my phone. I won't sell anything till I know. If you see somebody trying to bid and I'm not acknowledging it, especially after a final call, you might want to say, hey, so-and-so's trying to bid, so we don't sell something. So, update on our auctions. Mark Fallon's at 95 on Rush. And we are on a final call on Leonard Skinner. Ethan Norfleet has that for $45. That's a final call. Ethan Norfleet has that for $45. Okay, back up to the top. Price on Trilobites. Colin Butler, the Trilobites was $19.99, Colin. And we have Rush is at 100. The Best of the Beach Boys, Volume 2, $14.99 for Best of the Beach Boys. Buddy Holly, Rave On. Buddy Holly is $19.99 for Rave On. An Evening with Belafonte. That is $9.99. Green River, Creedence Clearwater Revival, $34.99. OG, blue and gold label, Green River, Commotion, Tombstone Shadow. Those are all great songs. What else is on here? Bad Moon Rising, Lodi. Wow, their music's incredible. So how many hits? Rush is at 105, and Deja Vu, like I said, it's a 5-digit repressing, which is usually around the 77 era. This is near mint, $34.99. Let's go ahead and sell Ethan Norfleet, the Leonard Skinner, for $45. And we're going to call and passes on the trilobites. So let's go ahead and sell that to Russell S. And that was $19.99. Van Halen, Stay Records, $51.50. $45 start. I was about to say, what's going on here? It has an embossed rubber stamp. It says Library of RPC. Roger P. Carleton. He's even got his own rubber stamp. Who is that? A senator or something? This is got the original inner sleeve. Wow, he's rubber stamped that too. $45 start. Of course, as y'all know, hopefully the Hagar era of Van Halen albums are due for reissue. We know for sure they did a Record Store Day release of Right Here, Right Now, the quadruple live Van Halen, or three or four LP. We're hoping these albums are coming next. Of course, there's no official announcement. There's not even a schedule or a list. We just know that hopefully legally they've got it where they're gonna reissue those. But right now, this is all we have, and they're still obviously high in demand. And of course, you never can go wrong with the OGs. This is OG Van Halen 5150. That is at $49. Darren Meyer bid $45. Tim bid $49. Final call on Rush. If anybody else is trying to bid, I can't see it. I can't see it. And Rush is at 105 with John Leal. Final call. 49 on Van Halen. Eurythmics 1984 was $19.99. The Who is $34.99. This has Love Reign Over Me and The Real Me. This is great stuff here. I Am the Sea, The Real Me, Quadrophenia. Fantastic album. Ken Frazier's at 106. The Beatles 65 was $49.99. The Beatles Rarities is $34.99. Aerosmith's Greatest Hits is $29.99. Aerosmith's Greatest... Well, hasn't somebody got this yet? It's mint. Aerosmith's Greatest Hits, a vintage OG copy. And Joni Mitchell Blue was $54. We went through that crate thoroughly twice. Just want to make sure everybody saw those because they're great. Most of them are high grade. Rush is at 106. Van Halen's at Rush is at 106. Van Halen's now at 50. John Leal wants the Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. The Talking Heads went to whoever claimed it, Brian Hummel. The Talking Heads went to Brian Hummel. If that's right, I think that's what happened. That's what I recall happening. That's what we have. Let me grab another. Well, I did say I was going to go through a little bit more vintage. Let me go through this crate here. I think we went through maybe this last night, but I know it has the Rage Against the Machine album in it. So, and we had, I think, at least one or two people message the page and want one after the sale. We have Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire still in stock. That is $31.99. Evil Empire, Rage Against the Machine. Very quickly, Lou Reed Transformer, $33.99. That's on white vinyl, and this is another Record Store Day essential. Toto 4, that's on colored vinyl, Bloodshot Red, $29.99. Tool Lollapalooza, silver vinyl, $38.99. Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, $49.99, 2 LP. Now that's what I call country classics, the 90s. That's $34.99. Slayer was $36.99, Seasons of the Abyss. Mark Fallon is in on Toto. Cream Disraeli Gears, $31.99. The Cure, Red Light District, $44.99. Queens of the Stone Age is $36.99. Kiss, Music from the Elder, $49.99. That's the German import. Bad Company, Holy Water, $44.99. Sublime, $39.99. Rush Hemispheres, we're about to auction off a vintage copy in shrink wrap. That one is new, $36.99. Stone Temple Pilots is $26.99, and that Stone Temple Pilots Unplugged, unofficial, and the Police is $31.99. Rush is at John Leal. Let me know if you're in or out on Rush. Ken Frazier's at 106. Ken Frazier's at 106. Final call on Van Halen. Darren Myers at 50. Darren Myers at 50. I do have a putback crate. I'll have to go grab it in just a second. The first two are auctions too. First two at auctions. We got Jeff McMaster at 51. I don't think everybody's comments are coming through like they're supposed to, so I'm going to make sure everybody knows what's ending and what's being bid on. And if you can see a bid and I'm not acknowledging it, you might need to help us out because your comments may come through, but somebody else's may not. So that's what's going on. All right. Just wanted to go through those. We sold something out of there. That was one record out of there. That wasn't enough. If I'm going to go through a crate, I like to sell at least like half of it. So I better just go back to vintage. Sounds like it's going to be a vintage night, Tanner. Sound good to you? All right. Everybody's on a vintage kick right now. All right, we got a new bid for Rush, and then Darren set out. John definitely set out on Rush, so that's for sure. Let's see here. Let's sell Rush for 106 to Ken Frazier. Ken Frazier gets that for 106. Nice copy. OG too. Van Halen's high bid is at 51 with Jeff McMaster. Jeff McMaster at 51. Austin Calderon wants the Tool Lollapalooza. Austin Calderon wants the Tool Lollapalooza. How about while I'm introducing, so you'll know if your comments are coming through, while I'm introducing the next auction, see, what do we usually do? Where you're living, why don't you do your favorite, comment your favorite band, okay? If you're a Led Zeppelin fan, comment Led Zeppelin. Your favorite band, then we'll really know your favorite artist, I guess. There might be somebody, you know, just put that out there. Then we can really judge. We can really judge you. All right, next auction while those are coming in, we have Hemispheres. This is a club pressing, but it is so nice. This is a 78 club. It's still a gatefold. It's in shrink wrap. It's one of these really nice copies. It has a couple marks here. It has a scuff here and a scuff here. That's on side A. Such a nice copy, though. Couple scuffs over here, too. Non-feelers. Looks like a couple needle drops. Very unfortunate because the rest of the record is absolutely perfect. And this is Rush Hemispheres. That's going to be a $45 start. It is very, very nice. Rush Hemispheres. That's a $45 start. That's up for auction. All right, let's go back up to the top here. We had Van Halen at 51 with Jeff McMaster. Unless there's a comment in all these new comments, we're going to sell that to Jeff for $51. Austin Calderon got the Tool. We have Beatles, Rush, Pink Floyd, Tori Amos, Kiss, The Spice Girls by Ted Mindpiece, Grateful Dead, Metallica, Alter Bridge, The Beatles, SRV, Zappa, Neil Young, Rush, 120. Scott, I have already sold that. I have already sold that. I think you were a few behind on that one. The Police, AC/DC, Beatles, Stones, Pearl Jam, Chevelle. That's different. Duran Duran, Pablo Cruz, George Michael. We know that for sure. Blind Melon, Blackberry Smoke. Let's see. Black Sabbath, Rush, Conway Twitty, Janis Joplin, JFK. $45 bid. I'm down to the bottom. We have a $45 bid on Rush Hemispheres. Let's go ahead and sell this to Jeff McMaster for $51. And we've got Dokken under lock and key. This is also a $45 start. So we got a $45 start on Rush. Under Dokken under lock and key. This is near mint with the original inner sleeve. Dokken under lock and key, near mint with the original inner sleeve. $45 start. It's near mint. Vinyl inner sleeve and cover. All right, back to this. We got a new crate of new vintage stuff. Billy Joel is $24.99. Glass Houses with hop sticker, $24.99. It's still rock and roll to me. Don't ask me why, and you may be right. That is $24.99. Kansas, 2 for the show. Kansas, 2 for the show, $34.99. Very nice copy. Original inner sleeves, that is $34.99. Leonard Skinner, Street Survivors is $34.99. Leonard Skinner Street Survivors is $34.99. Unedited or edited cover, airbrush cover. Brewer and Shipley, Tarkio. Brewer and Shipley has one toke over the line. That is $19.99. Okay, so Rush is at 45 with Gregory Griffith. That's going twice, going 3 times. Doc in 45, Doc in 45, Doc in 46, Doc in 50. I don't have a will. I'll give my wife Collectico's number. Crazy good collection. I'll come by it. Joanne Epperson on Glass Houses. Tanner, that one was $24.99. That's sold to Joanne Epperson. Brian Miller put Sky Red. That was an autocorrect for Skinnerd. So give Brian Miller the Skinnerd. Mike McGinnis second. Mark Fallon adding to his collection. He gets the Brewer and Shipley. New bid on Rush, 46. New bid on Doc in 51. New bid on Rush for 50. So 51 and 50 on those 2 auctions. The only thing hadn't claimed is Kansas. John Anderson's Greatest Hits, $29.99. Songs such as Swingin'. This is $29.99, gold stamp promo. Gordon Lightfoot, Shadows. That is a sealed copy. Sealed copy, $29.99. The Carpenters, Voice of the Heart, sealed with hop sticker. Who said the Carpenters was their favorite band? That's sealed with hop sticker. Bet you don't have that. $19.99. Bonnie Tyler, Notes from America. Bonnie Tyler is $14.99. Notes from America. Waylon Jennings, Greatest Hits Volume 2. That is sealed. It is unopened, $34.99. Sealed, unopened, $34.99. And Greatest Country Hits of 1984. That's also sealed, $19.99. Willie's on here, so is Merle and David Allen Coe and Ricky Skaggs and B.J. Thomas and Mickey Gilley and Exile and others. Let's see. Rush Hemisphere 50, Doc in 51. Doc in 60. I did not receive an invoice from last night's sale. We invoice once a week, which is on Sundays. Well, that'd be twice a week. We invoice one time, but it takes us a couple of days. Sundays and Mondays. So, Michael, if you buy something, you won't get an invoice until Monday. So we have live sales on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and then we invoice on Sundays and Mondays. Sometimes we're sending out invoices on Monday when we're starting a whole new cycle. So basically it's $7 shipping all week. So that means you can tune in and keep buying and everything will ship for $7. That's what I suggest. Dawkins at 60. Rush is at 52. Kelly's out on Dawkins. And I don't think I have missed anything. We have Alan Parsons Project, Ammonia Avenue. That is in shrink wrap with hop sticker. That is $19.99. There is a real good chance the store won't be open tomorrow. I'm glad you asked. 2 reasons. I actually had made plans to go look at a collection tomorrow, but it's also Mr. Wayne Titsworth's memorial service. I've got to go to that. And I also told somebody kind of locally that I would go look at their collection. But it's kind of in the same area. So, I normally would be here. Ed would normally be here. He's out of town. And he runs a store on Sunday. So we probably won't be open tomorrow unless something changes. But I'm glad we said that live for all the locals watching. Rush is at 55. Alan Parsons Project sold to Mark Fallon. Will be 1 to 5 Monday or Tuesday. We are open 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday now. That's our hours. Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5. And by 5, we mean 4:45 because we try to get the store locked up and we start setting up for the sale. So my mom has left several times this week at 4:30 and 4:45. So you might as well just say 10 to 4. Just FYI. Cameron Martin wants John Anderson. She works here 6 days a week she's worked here 6 days a week for over a month now. and by 4:30 she's ready to go home. So that's why another reason we got to hire that second person. The Best of the Who. This is $24.99 in shrink wrap. The Best of the Who. And then the night shift comes in. I get here a little bit after 5, like 5:30. Tanner shows up. Sometimes Seth. And then the night shift is here. And then we're here. I'm here from like 5 to 6 until pretty much 6 or 7 that next morning. The store is actually only closed like an hour or two. There's only an hour or two maybe early in the morning when there's somebody not here. And then there's people show right back up at 8 and 9 o'clock. So we're almost 24 hours. There's almost somebody here in this building 24 hours. And I know for sure we're operating 24 hours between messages, invoicing, and all that. So my help tonight, we got Tanner and Jake is here. We got Tanner and Jake. That's my help tonight. Couldn't do this without them. Tanner, Jake, I don't know where Seth is. Probably with his girlfriend. Sarah Morgan gets the Who. Let's see. Okay. Totals, we can't give totals because we're still keying in stuff. We've got stacks and stacks of crates. Was it John Anderson's greatest hits? Yes. Sorry, I'll get back. I'll get back to selling records. Sorry for the distractions. Docking is sold. That's Bob Reiger. He got Docking for $60. Rush is at 55 with Gregory Griffith. 55 with Gregory Griffith. And Paul Brothers wants the country comp. I knew I saw Paul Brothers somewhere, but Bob Reiger got the Docking for $60. Fleetwood Mac is $54.99. This is an 88 club pressing. They're mostly club pressing. This is got the original inner sleeve. Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits, $54.99. We still got Waylon, Bonnie Tyler, The Carpenters, Gordon Lightfoot, and Kansas. Paul Brothers. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual, $24.99. Men at Work, 2 Hearts, $24.99 for Men at Work. Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush, What's Next? That's $19.99. Final call on Rush Hemispheres. Gregory Griffith, $60. Carly Simon is $9.99. That's self-titled. The Fix, React. That is sealed. It is unopened. The Fix with hype sticker, $34.99. The Times They Are A-Changin', Bob Dylan. That is a UK pressing, $39.99. A UK pressing. The Times They Are A-Changin'. That's cool. Dylan, $39. I don't know what year, but UK pressing. Jethro Tull, Storm Watch is $19.99. Arm Lazelle, First to the Fix, the sealed copy. And Tom Petty, You're Gonna Get It. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers never can have sheltered label too. Never can have enough of those. That's instant sellers, Mr. Tom Petty. Paul Gregory says he's out on Rush, and so is Paul. Now we have a problem because we had two. Is a bid and I don't see it because Gregory, you were the high bid at 60. I was actually coming over here to sell it to you. No, you were the high bidder at 55. I was coming over here to sell it to you. Are you saying you're passing? If not, you're the high bidder. John Leal, I may have to restart that one. John Leal wants Tom Petty. Three Dog Night Golden Biscuits is $19.99. Three Dog Night is $19.99. And The Who, Meaty, Beady, Big, and Bouncy, $24.99. That's on the Deca. Gregory, you're at 55. If you want it for 55, it's yours. Sell that to Gregory for 55. The Who is on Deca, the original label, nice, $24.99. This is cool. $49.99. We don't get this one too often. Queen, The Works. It did have the hype sticker. It got cut because they cut the shrink wrap to give it a gold stamp promo, and that is $49.99. Queen, The Works. Really nice copy. That's sold to Austin Calderon. Oingo Boingo. Boingo, 1987, $64.99 on Boingo. KC and the Sunshine Band, $19.99. That's the way I like it. Get Down Tonight, Boogie Shoes. This is the essential. This is a great album. $19.99. KC. Steely Dan Gold, $34.99. Haven't seen that in a while, but Steely Dan Gold is a compilation. Hey 19, Green Earrings, Deacon Blues, Chain Lightning, Black Cow. Good stuff on that. Pete Weisgarber first on KC. Carly Simon, to Paul Brothers. Jesse Hood, you were second on KC. Arm Lozelle first on Steely Dan. The Marshall Tucker Band, Tuckerized in shrink wrap, $14.99 for Marshall Tucker Band. Pink Floyd, The Final Cut. This is $39.99. It's an 83 Carrollton press. 83 Carrollton press, very nice. $39.99. Floyd. Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind, $9.99. And Eddie Money, Can't Hold Back, Take Me Home Tonight, $14.99 for Eddie Money, Take Me Home Tonight. That's actually called Can't Hold Back. The Mamas and Papas, the ABC collection. This is a greatest hits, $19.99. Monday, Monday. Go Where You Want to Go. Dream a Little Dream of Me. California Dreamin', dedicated to the one I love. I Call Your Name. That's got all those great Mamas and Papas songs. First to Eddie Money was Mark Fallon, then John Lill, then Ron Duffield, then Paul Brothers. There still technically is not a Eddie Money greatest hits in print. We desperately need it. We need one nice remastered, high quality of all those great hits. They come up with something a couple years ago, but we found out later it's all re-recorded. So that wasn't fun. Joseph Felicetti on the Mamas and Papas. That's so to Joseph. Thank you. Russell S. wants the Three Dog Night Golden Biscuits. That sounds good. I got a chicken and biscuit from McDonald's on my way home the other morning, and the chicken looked like they had burned it. Worst experience ever at McDonald's, so I just ate the biscuit, which was still delicious. I know y'all needed to know that. That's sold to Russell S. Paul Brothers on Pink Floyd. And we have somebody messing with the we can't fix that. If somebody's hitting the emoji button, if we could ever figure out who it is, we would block them, but we don't know who it is. So, Manfred Mann, The Roaring Silence, Blinded by the Light is on here. That is a very nice copy, $19.99. The Best of Manfred Mann, that is earlier Manfred Mann. You will not find the song Blinded by the Light on this one. It is $19.99. This is more the do-wah-diddy-diddy Best of Manfred Mann. That is $19.99. And Exit the Dragon. What do we have here? Urge Overkill. Interesting. We might have to put this up for auction. When's the last time we've had an Urge Overkill record? This is a 1995 Urge Overkill. Didn't know this was in here. Giffen Records. $40 start. It's got some noticeable ring wear here. Corner ding. Urge Overkill. Enter the Dragon. That is a 2LP. $40 start. Hadn't seen their stuff in a while, especially from 95. Fist City, Loretta Lynn. This is in shrink wrap, $19.99. $19.99. Fist City, Loretta Lynn. Elvis, the 56 Sessions, Volume 2. 56 Sessions, Volume 2. This is $24.99. And Kansas, The Point of No Return, $19.99. Kansas, The Point of No Return, $19.99. Kool and the Gang, as one. Kool and the Gang is $14.99. $14.99. Kool and the Gang. Greg Conspiracy. Greg Ken Band Conspiracy. $19.99. Carole King, Her Greatest Hits. Carole King, Her Greatest Hits. $19.99. Carole King, Her Greatest Hits. Billy Joel, 52nd Street. In shrink wrap. This is $24.99. A super nice copy. Billy Joel, 52nd Street. In shrink wrap. $24.99. Billy Joel, 52nd Street. Let me borrow this for a second. All right, that's sold to John Lill. Tanner, that is $24.99. Billy Joel. Tanner's tagging a lot of records right now. Journey Captured is $39.99. 2LP, this is Journey Captured 2LP with the original inner sleeve, $39.99. I'll do putbacks next. Yes. No bids. I'll go ahead and make this a buy it now. I just knew we hadn't seen it. If anybody wants the Urge Overkill, $40. Just an artist I never had seen. Thought I'd put it up for auction. But I'm about to put new Japanese stuff up, so I'm going to keep the table clean for a few moments. This is a $40 buy it now if anybody wants it. Regina wants to see the Elvis again. You sure can. That's called Elvis, the 56 Sessions, Volume 2. Regina, that's $24.99. John Lill, first to Journey Captured. That is sold to John Leal. I don't think I missed anything else. Tres Hombres, ZZ Top, original blue London label. And I can tell you from the writing at the bottom and the color, that's an older blue London label, $34.99. NRBQ Wild Weekend 19. Also, we got Scott B. How did people get on these old sales? There's 2 or 3 other people still commenting on old sales.
Go to our page, scroll down, and that might be the first one.
Okay, they don't refresh, yeah. If you ever click on CollectCo, if you're on the group, let me show you a Facebook trick. Before I do that, let me tag Joe Gabriel with ZZ Top. NRBQ, by the way, is $19.99. I'm going to leave the chat for just a second. Before that, Regina wants Elvis. If you ever go to our group, so here's my news feed just as I popped it up. Of course, Whole Lot of Records is first, but I go to groups. There's a Whole Lot of Records. There's our group. First thing you always want to do is drag it down. Now, if you're on a desktop, of course, hit F5 or hit the refresh button, whatever refreshes. But always do that right there. That refreshes the chat, because even for me, I click on here sometimes, and I'll be like, wait a minute. That's not the last thing I pinned. And I'll pin it, or it'll say 1 comment, then I'll refresh, and it'll say 19 comments. And then that will give you the most up-to-date. And you can also change stuff here. You can click on this little button here that says sort, and you can do it by most relevant, or you can actually see what people have commented on recently, or you can go here to new post, which the last thing shared is where I shared the feed. And I usually keep it that way until I started, like I have 28 posts I hadn't approved yet, which I never have time to look at those. So if you're ever trying to post a whole lot of records, I get to those like 2 or 3 times a day, and then I just approve everything at once. Now, also I've clicked on the before, and there'll be one person who's posted 7 times, and I can't approve them all. I'll do a couple, and then maybe even the next day I'll do a couple more. I had to approve one the other day that I really overlooked. It got almost a week old, so sorry about that. I eventually try to approve them all, though, if I can. Sammy Hagar is $24.99. Sammy Hagar is $24.99. Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. Michael Jackson is EX, $24.99. Mr. Welcome to the Real World, $34.99. John Leal first on Sammy Hagar. James Rayner second. And The Call Reconciled. The Call Reconciled, $19.99. That's a very nice copy. John Leal also first on Michael Jackson. So Sammy Hagar went to John Leal, James Rayner second. John Leal was first to Michael Jackson. John Stevens first to The Call. And the Four Seasons Gold Vault of Hits, $9.99. The Four Seasons. Oh, there's one more. We have Buddy Holly, Heartbeat. Buddy Holly is $19.99. That's in the shrink wrap, Buddy Holly. I need to grab a bottle of water. I don't even think I'm going to put any mixture in it. I'm just going straight water. Actually, I might put some mixture in it, but I got to fix it up in just a second. I got to get my cup and ice. I'll do that in a second. Or is it in my vehicle? I think it's in my vehicle. That's unfortunate. All right, Sarah Morgan got the Four Seasons. I've tagged that. Gonna reissue 2 in Blitzkrieg in January. Plan on ordering those. I will now. There's a lot of music. I got 3 solicitations from Music on Vinyl. There's a bunch. That's where the Midnight Oil, but there's like 12 new titles coming out of Music on Vinyl. Some of them I know, some of them I don't. But I'll try to post I usually been posting as many as I can, because some of them I don't know. The did I not pull that? I didn't. Four Seasons. That's sold to Sarah Morgan. Okay, let's go through these one more time very quickly. Kansas, 2 for the show. Then we'll do putbacks. Kansas is $34.99. Gordon Lightfoot Shadows, $29.99. That is sealed. The Carpenters is sealed, $19.99. Bonnie Tyler, Notes from America, $14.99. Bonnie Tyler. Waylon's Greatest Hits Volume 2, that is sealed, unopened, $34.99. Waylon's Greatest Hits Volume 2. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits, don't see this too often, $54.99. 88 Columbia House. By the way, this was evidently the last 8-track ever made. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits. That came out in 88. It's very difficult to find. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits, $54.99. Jeff Johnson on Waylon Jennings. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual, her big album. Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Time After Time. Two major hits on that one, $24.99. Men at Work, Two Hearts is $24.99. Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush, what's next? $19.99. The times they are changing. This is Bob Dylan. It's a UK press, orange CBS label, $39.99. Jethro Tull Stormwatch, $19.99. Gregory Griffith on Mahogany Rush. That's Ode to Gregory. The Who. This has songs such as, this is $24.99. I Can't Explain, Happy Jack, I Can See for Miles, My Generation, Pinball Wizard, Magic Bus, Substitute. Great stuff. It's a gatefold on the original label too. $24.99. Paul Brothers on Bonnie. That's Bonnie Tyler. Sell that to Paul Brothers. Oingo Boingo, Boingo, $64.99. David Tate first on The Who. Gregory was second. We have Marshall Tucker Band, $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. Is Landslide on Fleetwood Mac? It should be. Landslide. No, not on here. It's on Rumors, though. We've got copies of Rumors. Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind, or is that on the first Fleetwood Mac album? Landslide is on Rumors. It should be. Sarah Morgan on Marshall Tucker Band. Do you ever get any 8-tracks? We have thousands of 8-tracks. They're everywhere. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, $19.99. Blinded by the Light. The Best of Manfred Mann, $19.99. Fist City, Loretta Lynn. Up in our loft, I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of them that I hadn't touched in years. Loretta Lynn is $19. This is a top copy in shrink wrap. OG too. Kansas, Point of No Return. Gold stamp promo. Surprised that hadn't sold. Gregory Griffith wants The Roaring Silence. Kool and the Gang as One, $14.99. Greg Kihn Band, Conspiracy, $19.99. Carole King, Her Greatest Hits, $19.99. Landslide is on their 75 album. I was about to say, I don't think that was on Rumors. Carole King, Her Greatest Hits. Jazz Man, So Far Away, Sweet Seasons. Brother, Brother, Only Love Is Real. Most of that's Tapestry. It's Too Late. I Feel the Earth Move. That is $19.99. We have Urge Overkill. Like I said, that's a $40 buy it now. NRBQ Wild Weekend, $19.99. Mr. Welcome to the Real World is $34.99. And we have Buddy Holly, Heartbeat, which is a compilation in shrink wrap, $19.99. Carol Puckett wants Carole King. We allow offers. I will start entertaining offers after we've been through everything. But you know what I recommend? Just going ahead and buying it. That would be best. But I've got 2 more crates of vintage to go through. I'm trying to see what else I can sell somebody here in the new vinyl department. I might have to, maybe it's nothing in crates. I may have to walk over here to our racks and find something. Surely we got some Iron Maiden fans watching. I was going to see if there's an Iron Maiden title I hadn't shown in a while over here. We have, let's see, in Iron Maiden we have Live After Death, Seventh Son, Peace of Mind, Killers, No Prayer for the Dying, Fear of the Dark, and self-titled. I've also got lots of Rush. What do we got over here in Judas Priest? Killing Machine, Judas Priest Live. This is a good one. Nirvana Unplugged. I bet somebody needs that. That's a 2 LP version. It's only $33.99. It's only $33.99. That's Nirvana Unplugged. $33.99. You know what? I actually have to do the putback bin. Let me do that there. And that the first putback records are actually auctions. So let me do that. It's an Elvis, and I forgot what the other one was. Let me see here. Elvis, first bin here of putbacks. Puddle of Mud, which was a mix-up on an auction. We took somebody's bid, but they said they didn't bid on it. But it was just a lot of confusion, and I don't know what happened. We went back and watched and everything, so they said they didn't want it, though. Major confusion. All right, let me see what I've missed here. Movie soundtracks. Those are all just mixed in with everything else. So if you're looking for jazz, if you're looking for rock or soundtracks or country, we just have all Ben's mixed up. Let's see here. Live After Death. Let me go get a price on that. Gregory Griffith said he'll take a Nirvana Unplugged. This is the 2LP version. 2LP version, $33.99. Let me go ahead and get these two auctions rolling. So we got Elvis. This is the 68 TV comeback special. Elvis Presley. Nice orange label. We're going to call it EX Plus vinyl. EX Plus. VG Plus cover. That's a $15 start. Elvis. $15 start on that. Now, this brought a lot. And actually, we could have went and contacted some of the backup bidders, but we thought we would just re-auction it. This is Puddle of Mud Come Clean. But this is the limited and numbered to 1,000 on clear vinyl. First time on vinyl. First time on vinyl. So this is technically the OG Puddle of Mud Come Clean. First time ever on vinyl is when Music on Vinyl did this one as a limited 1,000 on clear vinyl. This is the OG Puddle of Mud Come Clean. Individually numbered, includes 4-page insert. This is a $75 start, which is much, much less than what we originally sold it for at auction. Puddle of Mud Come Clean. Limited numbered 1,000 for Music on Vinyl. That was the first time it was on vinyl. $75 start on that. Let me get a couple of those Iron Maidens y'all asked about. And maybe here in a moment we can just roll the card over here and I can show you what's in some of these racks. Live After Death is $46.99, and I think someone asked for, let me show these two here that we don't have as many of, and Seventh Son. I'll give you some prices here. These are ones I don't, well, we see Live After Death occasionally, but the rest of these, the OGs are either non-existent or tough to find. Live After Death, 2LP remaster. This has the lyric book with it, or the tour book, just like the OG. That's $46.99. No Prayer for the Dying is $39.99. Fear of the Dark is $44.99. And Seventh Son is $36.99. Those are some Iron Maiden titles. If you want those, comment which title. Okay, we have Elvis 1515 2017, Puddle of Mud 7580. Let me go through. These are putbacks. These are putbacks or non-payments. A lot of mostly non-payments in here. We have Doo-Wop Rock. Doo-Wop Rock is $26.99. Doo-Wop Rock is $26.99. Doo-Wop Rock. Sarah Morgan wants Seventh Son. That's sold to Sarah Morgan. That's a compilation. Roy Orbison, In Dreams. 2LP includes In Dreams and Old Pretty Woman. That's EX, $22.99. Jeff McMaster wants Doo-Wop Rock. This is Flipside, Vinyl Fantasies, and two more. This is VG Plus, $24.99. GBM, Dickies, Freeze, Necros, Misfits, TSOO. That's sold to Craig Thomas. Craig, you might have been second the last time we sold that. Puddle of Mud is at $80. Michael Nath, you're out. Elvis is at $20 with Alex Roman. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Rodgers and Hart Songbook. That is $24.99. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Rodgers and Hart Songbook, $24.99. Lana Del Rey. This is limited edition green vinyl. That is with the alternate artwork, and it's almost a nudity cover. $44.99 for Lana Del Rey. Boy, she was almost trying to pose nude for that one. This is DOA, Bloodied but Unbowed. The Damage to Date, 78 to 83, 2006 Canada, $24.99. Kelly Gabney also wants a Seventh Son. I don't know if I have another one of those. Let me step very quickly over here and look. Kelly, I don't know if I have another Seventh Son. I don't think I do. I can put you down for a waiting list because I definitely need to order more now anyway. And also, Peace of Mind is $38 and Killers is $36.99. I don't think I got any other special hiding places for Iron Maiden. Sometimes we got them tucked away in different areas. Sean Netzel, you were second on that flip side. And then Kelly, I put you down for a Seventh Son. One may pop up. Gregory wanted a Iron Maiden, No Prayer, and Fear of the Dark. And then he wants all three of them. Right, Gregory, you want all three of these. Live After Death, No Prayer. His comment says, I am, LAD, that's Live After Death, No Prayer, and Fear of the Dark. He wants all three of those, Gregory Griffin. Okay, Michael's out on Puddle of Mud, so that means Paul Brothers has that for 80. Paul Brothers was also first to Roy Orbison. All the Iron Maidens are new. I wish they were OG, but the prices wouldn't be those for sure. Let's see. Gregor, I got you for Iron Maiden. Jared also wants a Live After Death. I can go pull that. David's at 22 on Elvis. So update on our auctions. Elvis, the comeback special, $22. We're on a final call for Puddle of Mud, the limited numbered version, at 80. At 80. And Jared wants a Live After Death. I'll go grab that in 1 second. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3, $36.99. That's the new Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, $36.99. Two overkills. We have The Years of Decay and Horoscope. Horoscope is on blue vinyl. Years of Decay is on red vinyl. Blue marble and red vinyl. That is Horoscope and Years of Decay. Those are both $33.99. Collective Soul, $34.99. Self-titled Collective Soul. Sade, Diamond Life, $49.99. It has a Best Album of 84 hype sticker, and I think this is actually a UK pressing. It is. That's a UK pressing. $49.99. Boingo, Oingo Boingo, $46.99. And Don't Come Home a Drinking with Lovin' on Your Mind, $9.99. Also on putbacks, there's a couple people who hadn't paid for their Elvis or paid for their Metallica purple vinyl. And I knew that would happen as much as that was in demand. I figured that would happen, but we sent out some reminders and was like, hey, you might want to pay for this invoice. But a lot of people get pre-orders, and that's why you see a lot of new vinyl on our putbacks. People pre-order stuff 3 or 4 months ago, and then the invoice comes in, and they decide they don't want it, which is not good for us, but sometimes not good for them because some of this pre-order stuff's pretty limited. Let's see. Let's go ahead and sell Puddle of Mud to Paul Brothers for $80. Elvis was at $25, and with Alex, Bob, this is on black vinyl. David's out on Elvis. Brad Bolin on Boingo. I've got another one of those around here somewhere. We can give one to Chris Kirkley. Chris, let's see. I've got another one of those somewhere. This is Jared Benoit's Iron Maiden. If anybody else wants one, let me know. There's Jared Benoit's Iron Maiden. Chris, I will find you an Oingo and Carol Puckett. Loretta Lynn. Loretta Lynn is $9.99. Don't come home a drinking. Alex Roman has Elvis Presley at $25. The Ray Charles Story, $29.99. Has this sticker on it that needs to be tried to remove. The Ray Charles Story, ABC Records, very nice vinyl, $29.99. Danzig, Black Laden Crown. This has never been put up. I found this behind the counter when I moved some stuff around. I put it in the putback bin, but this has never been shown or sold. Danzig is $49.99. Black Laden Crown, the first Danzig album of all new material in 7 years. Limited edition picture disc, only 1,000 made. $49.99. Is DOA new or used? This is from 2006. I mean, you might as well say it's in new condition. It looks mint. That's from that Punk collection in Austin, Texas. But that's a 2006 Canadian, $24.99. 26 on Elvis. Sarah Morgan first on the Danzig picture disc. Alex is at 27. Michael, you were second. Here's another record that never was shown or sold. Zoetrope is $39.99. Amnesty. Very nice. Zoetrope Amnesty, $39.99. 1985 US. That's available. That's never been shown or sold. Cage the Elephant, Tell Me I'm Pretty. That's new and sealed. $28.99. The Rolling Stones. This is a putback. Liver Than You'll Ever Be. Limited to 1,000. That's a French picture disc. There's a lot of unofficial stuff coming out of France, or did come out from France, of the Rolling Stones. Soundgarden, Screaming Life, $33.99. Run DMC, Tougher Than Leather, $29.99. The Foo Fighters self-titled, that is $29.99. And Rush, 2112. Rush is $49.99. This is a 76 terahaute EX copy, $49.99. Rush, 2112. Let's see. Alex is at 27 on Elvis. Alex is at 27 on Elvis, going once, going twice. Let's see. Austin Calderon first on the Foo Fighters. And Tanner, that's $29.99. And the Rolling Stones picture disc was $74.99. $74.99. Any near mint copies of Rush Signals? Yeah, there's one. I see one right here in front of this crate. Is this the check condition copy, or is this the... We've had two that hadn't sold. No, this is the near mint one. $44.99. It has some writing. Micus or Mike S or M. No, those are dots. MKS. Super nice. This didn't sell the other night. And I put it in a flip video, and it still didn't sell. I was like, what's going on? That's $44.99. That's been shown 3 or 5 times, hadn't sold. $44.99. Stone Temple Pilots, Shangri-La Dee-Da. That is $44.99. And Led Zeppelin 4 is a 71 Presswell pressing. 71 Presswell pressing EX $69.99. Led Zeppelin $69.99. Led Zeppelin 4. Okay, so Elvis is at 28. Chip Hall put Rush. Was that for 2112, Chip? I think that was for 2112. Does the Zoetrope have insert? Let's check that. Zoetrope has the original inner sleeve, but no lyric insert. Original inner sleeve, but no lyric insert. Gregory wants Signals and 2112. Chip Hall already claimed 2112. Mark asked about this. If he wants this, then it's his. If not, then it's sold to Gregory Griffith. Ken is at 28 on Elvis. Alex is out, so Elvis is at $28. Final call. The Jacksons, Victory. This is $29.99. EX, $29.99. This has the insert with it. It's an order form. There's the original inner sleeve, and let me find, here's the order form. Has the Jackson 5 merchandise order form. Check that out. Look at that baseball cap and the poster sets and the t-shirts you could have bought. That is EX on the vinyl, $29.99. Motown Collected Volume 2, $46.99. That's numbered on the back, numbered to 67. That's $46.99. John Mintzmorier is going to take the Zoetrope. Final call on Elvis. Now, yearbook, 1978, triple vinyl, 3 LPs on pink colored vinyl, $59.99. That's new and sealed. These are something I forgot to show the other night. Let me find the other ones. This was a putback, and then these came back in. I didn't show them. Chris Cornell, white vinyl, 7-inch single of Patience, $16.99. Also, Nothing Compares to You. Those are Chris Cornell 7-inch singles. Patience, beautiful copy of Patience. Guns N' Roses song. The Cult, $31.99. Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon, $39.99. Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, limited and numbered, 2,500 on green vinyl, numbered on the back to 2,500. This is 1772, $44.99. AFI, All Hallows EP, that is $16.99. AFI, All Hallows EP. The Cranberries, Dreams, the Collection, $39.99. This has Linger on it, and Zombie, and Dreams. That's $39.99. And this is not a putback. I set this aside last night to put in the high-end bin. That's Minnie Riperton, Come to My Garden. That is $229.99. Let's go ahead and tag the Elvis to Ken Highstand. He gets Elvis for $28. Ken also gets a Chris Cornell. Ken Helplin gets a Chris Cornell. Paul Brothers gets a Chris Cornell. We need another waiting list for Chris. We can still get those. Austin Calderon wants one. Gregory may want 2 of them. I can have more in next week. Shelby Hurt wants one. Dwayne wants one. David Tate wants a warrant. If anybody, I got plenty of these. If anybody else wants one, I've got hundreds of them actually. Sarah Morgan, first to AFI. Sean, I can get more of those if you want on a waiting list. And Paul Brothers wants the cranberries. And the last record in here is going to be an instant seller. This was a putback, if you can believe it or not. It's $17.99. That's because it's EX. It has a punch hole in it. $17.99. Phil Collins face value. Phil Collins face value. EX copy of that. That was a good putback bin. That was a good putback bin. I need a drink of water for sure. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to mute my mic. Okay, sorry, I'm sure y'all didn't want to hear me chug water. Austin Calderon, first to Phil Collins. Ron Duffield, you were second. Chad, you missed the claim for Cage the Elephant. Oh, I did. James Rayner was first to Phil Collins. Craig's track list bumped it down. James Rayner was first, then David Tate, then Austin Calderon, then Ron Duffield. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Rodgers and Hart Songbook, $24.99. Lana Del Rey, $44.99. Green vinyl, alternate artwork, $44.99. DOA, Bloodied but Unbowed, the damage to date, 78 to 83, $24.99. Guardians of the Galaxy, $36.99, new and sealed. Overkill, $33.99. Overkill, $33.99. That's Years of Decay and Horoscope. Collective Soul, $34.99. Sade, $44.99. Loretta Lynn, $9.99. Ray Charles, $29.99. Who wanted Cage the Elephant? $28.99. Tell Me I'm Pretty. Evidently, there was a claim for that. Soundgarden, $33.99. Run DMC, $29.99. Rolling Stone, $74.99. Shangri-La Dada, $44.99. Led Zeppelin is $69.99. David Tate wants Loretta Lynn. David Tate wants Loretta Lynn. Tell Me I'm Pretty. You're pretty. I did see somebody comment something about... Okay, I thought that was just some kind of spam. That was the name of the title. Rob, I think you're... this is called Tell Me I'm Pretty, and there's been some people comment You're Pretty. And they weren't actually claiming that album. Dwayne Stavilla wants STP. That's what's going on there. Stone Temple Pilots on Dwayne. What's the Soundgarden? Patrick, that is... Soundgarden is Screaming Life FOP. 2 EP. Well, it's actually... Screaming Life was a debut album. It was like a mini album, though. You might as well call it an EP. And then they put FOP in here with it, which is an EP. And that's what's going on. So that's $33.99 with someone on YouTube. Yeah, I saw that. They put You're Pretty. And they put that because the name of this album is Tell Me I'm Pretty. And they was not claiming anything. The Jacksons is $29.99. That's EX. Motown Collected Volume 2, $46.99. Now Your Book, $59.99. The Cult, $31. And The Dark Side of the Moon live at Wembley, $39.99. Patrick Hummer on Soundgarden. I have a stack of these if anybody else wants one. James Bragg wants STP Unplugged. Those are somewhere... That might be from that very first bin down there at the bottom. We'll just have to write that down. I've also got Soundgarden down on the upside, if anybody wants a copy of that. We got 2 more crates of new vintage arrivals, never shopped before. We got 2 more crates of new vintage arrivals that have never been shopped or bought before. I'm going to go through those right now. These are new vintage arrivals. New vintage arrivals. Let me see what we've got in here. Boy, that looks interesting. Haven't seen that in a while or in a long time. Make sure there's nothing in here I want to auction. But I can tell you right off the bat, there's some good titles. Ooh, that's a Fleetwood Mac I hadn't seen in a while. We'll leave that in there. Has that got a hype sticker on it, or is that sealed? Wow. Getting crazy. All right, let's go through these. Yeah, this is a good crate. Nice, solid crate of vintage new arrivals. Let's see what we got here. I can get them over here. Heavy, heavy stuff. No metal. There might be. I could put a random Metallica album here and say there's metal in here. Somebody asked last night, do we have S&M 2? I actually walked over here. Yeah, we do. Who was that? Was it Tony Alejandro? I can see their profile picture in my head. Where's all the copies of Master? I come over here to grab a copy of Master of Puppets, but we don't have any. They're right over here. We got a bunch of them. Man, we sell... It's amazing how many Metallica albums we sell here in the store. I mean, I order stacks and stacks of them. And then they just dilapidate. Metallica Master of Puppets, $31.99. Metallica Master of Puppets, $31.99. The number one greatest heavy metal album of all time, as stated by the Rolling Stone Readers Poll. $31.99. Incredible stuff. Japanese band starting in 5 minutes. New vintage arrivals. Frank Sinatra, Point of No Return. $14.99. Point of No Return. Frank Sinatra, $14.99. George Harrison, All Things Must Pass, with the hype sticker, $49.99. All Things Must Pass, George Harrison. This has, let's see what it has in it. I don't see a poster. George Harrison has the 3 LPs. Wow, this is cool. It also has a Rolling Stone magazine clipping from January 7th, 1971. A picture of George Harrison holding the album. All Things Must Pass, George Harrison, Apple CT CH639 by Ben Gerson. Wow. The production of this classic Spectorian, proportionist, Wagnerian, Buchnerian music of mountaintops. Wow, this guy gave it a great review, which it looks like it should have, as needed. And what's on here on the back? The hurdy-gurdy man himself. I don't know. I don't think that's nothing to do with George Harrison. That's pretty cool, though. Has a full-page Rolling Stone magazine official review with it. That's sold to John Young. I'll let you put the disc back in there. That's sold to John. I don't think there's anything else in there. Okay. David Bowie, Let's Dance, $34.99. David Bowie, Let's Dance, original inner sleeve, near mint. These are all very nice copies. Hurdy-gurdy is Donovan. That wasn't Donovan on the back, though. I don't know who that was. Waylon and Jesse, Leather and Lace, $24.99. Waylon Jennings and Jesse Coulter. Chicago, this is Chicago. Chicago is technically their second album. $24.99. Beautiful copy. $24.99. Sarah Morgan on David Bowie. That's sold to Sarah Morgan. Jackson Browne, The Pretender, in shrink wrap, $19.99. Johnny Cash, America, $19.99. Gatefold, 2i. Very nice. Johnny Cash, a 200-year salute in story and song. Catch Bullet 4, Cat Stevens, in shrink wrap, $19.99. Andy Wade gets Chicago. Russell, you were second on the Bowie question. How Great Thou Art, Elvis, in shrink wrap, $9.99. In shrink wrap, Elvis. The Best of the Alan Parsons Project. The Best of the Alan Parsons Project, that is $19.99. And the Statler Brothers, Flowers on the Wall, $9.99. $16.99. Yeah, $16.99 on that. One second here. I thought I saw something pop up pretty important right then, but I guess I didn't. Let's see here. Wishbone Ash, Argus, $19.99. Wishbone Ash, Argus, $19.99. Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon, $19.99 for Joni Mitchell. And Kansas Power. That is a sealed copy of Kansas Power, $29.99. Jimmy Buffett, One Particular Harbor. That is $19.99 for Jimmy Buffett. And Blue Cheer, Vincerus Eruptum, $44.99. It's a 68 Mercury press. 68 Mercury press, Blue Cheer, very clean copy. Kevin Willis, first on Argus, Wishbone Ash. Try It, the Standells, with Hop Sticker. In this album, the smash hit, You Can't Help But Love You. That is a 67 Scranton press, $49.99. $49.99. That's a very nice copy. Angela Chesney, first on Elvis. That was How Great Thou Art. That's sold to Angela Chesney. What is on the Frank Sinatra? This album here, is this what you're wanting the track list of? Point of No Return, David? If so, give me a second on that. Steely Dan Pretzel Logic, $34.99. Steely Dan Pretzel Logic, another copy of that if you missed out on the one earlier. A Rock and Roll Collection, Buddy Holly. That's a 72 Deca press, $24.99. 72 Deca press, very nice, $24.99. Giant Buddy Holly, that is $34.99 in shrink wrap. That's very nice too, $34.99. The Roaches, Keep On Doing, that's in shrink wrap, $14.99. Robert Fripp produced that album, produced by Robert Fripp. Talking Heads is $44.99. Talking Heads, $44.99. That's Little Creatures, Talking Heads. Moody Blues, Caught Live +5, $19.99 for the Moody Blues. Arlo Guthrie, Power of Love. Arlo Guthrie is $19.99. Billy Joel, Songs in the Attic, $14.99. Super nice copy. Russell S. on Talking Heads. Russell S. is first on Talking Heads. Queen with Hop Sticker, Day at the Races, $44.99. Includes the hit Somebody to Love. It has a punch hole on it, but that is $44.99. Andy Wade first to Billy Joel. David, you were second. John Lill first to Queen. Track list on Frank Sinatra. I don't think Craig's on right now, so I'll read these off to you. When the World Was Young, I'll Remember April. September Song, A Million Dreams Ago, I'll See You Again, There Will Never Be Another You. Somewhere Along the Way, It's a Blue World, These Foolish Things, As Time Goes By, I'll Be Sending You Memories of You. $14.99. John Lill said Never Mind on Queen, so that's still available if anybody wants it. Golden Grass, The Grassroots, their greatest hits, $14.99. And the Hollies, more great hits of the Hollies, $19.99. Let me go get the Japanese crate. Let me go get I told David 5 minutes, and I said that at 9:02, and now it's 9:07, so let me go get the Japanese crate. It's about 10 steps away. I knew there was birds in here. There's like 2 or 3 feathers back there laying on the floor. I think somebody's tricking us, Tanner. They're planting birds and then dropping feathers in the floor. They're Bluetooth speakers. All right. We knocked out a whole bin of Japanese last night. Let's see if we can do that again. We may start doing some like blowout buy it nows, but not right now. We'll try a couple things for low starting bids. We have a Beatles. Maybe. Let's see what else we got in here. Carole King. Men at Work. Let's try that one. What's up here in the front? Phil Collins. Paul Brothers is going to get the Queen. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Austin, you were second. Men at Work, Business as Usual. This is a $35 start. Men at Work, Business as Usual, a pristine Japanese copy with the insert, obi, mint cover as well. That's a $35 start. Phil Collins, No Jacket Required. This is a $35 start. Near mint in shrink wrap. Obi has the inner sleeve and insert. That's also a $35 start. Phil Collins and Men at Work. Those are now up for auction. Those are up for auction. I'm going to put away Master of Puppets. If anybody decides they want one, they're $31.99. I'm going to put a couple over here in the Metallica bin. We also have Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All, the Black Album, Load, Reload, Garage Inc., Garage Days Revisited, S&M 1, S&M 2, 72 Seasons, Saint Anger, Death Magnetic, and Hardwired Self-Destruct. I think I just read off most of Metallica's discography. If you're looking for one, we've got them. Those are $35 starts. Fleetwood Mac, Behind the Mask, $49.99. 1990 Columbia House pressing. Hadn't seen that in a long time. Fleetwood Mac is $49.99. Brian Eno, Discreet Music, $49.99. Brian Eno is also $49.99. Linda Ronstadt is $9.99. Living in the USA. Jackson Browne, Running on Empty. This has got the shrink wrap, the hop sticker, the inner sleeve, and the booklet. $19.99. Running on Empty. Wow. Queen, News of the World. Last two songs are, well, actually, no, that's how the album starts. We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. For some reason, I thought those were the last two. Maybe that's how it is on Great. Boy, this is a nice copy. Oh, my goodness. That should have been put up for auction. $34.99 on that. John Lill, first to Fleetwood Mac. We have Russell S. first on Brian Eno. Kevin Willis second on Fleetwood Mac. David Tate first on Jackson Browne. And David Kaufman first on Queen. Did David want that Sinatra earlier? I read the track list off. David, let me know if you want that Sinatra. These are about to be bought nows if nobody bids. John Denver Spirit, $9.99. Sinatra and Strings. Almost said Sinatra Swings. That's Sinatra and Strings, $14.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash Allies. That is sealed. Has an original Target price tag on it, $34.99. Chicago, $19.99 on Chicago. And this is Near Mint, original inner sleeves, 2LP. That's Chicago 7. That is Chicago 7. 16 Greatest Hits of the Impressions. That is $19.99. Joe Sloop first on John Denver. That's sold to Joe Sloop. And Charlie Daniels Saddle Tramp, $24.99. Charlie Daniels Saddle Tramp, $24.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, CSN, that's also $24.99. How do I pay? Let me give some first-time buyer instructions, and anybody that's kind of new this week, we had somebody else hop on earlier asking how to pay. So here's how things work at CollectCo. We do this on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Right now, our schedule is 6 nights a week. The new cycle starts on Monday. By the way, David's messaging us right now, so he may not be hearing me. But Monday is when we start our sales period. It ends tonight. Whenever I say good night, no more additions and hopefully no more subtractions. And then we invoice on Sunday and Monday. It takes 2 days now. Some people are still getting their invoices maybe even Monday night. So just wait. If you don't have one by Tuesday, maybe let us know. We send them to email, and we send them to email. Yeah, we send them to email. We used to send them to Facebook Messenger. Now we send them to email. $7 in limited shipping. When you get that invoice, you can pay with any credit or debit card. Now, if you don't have a credit or debit card, it's a challenge to pay your invoice, but hopefully you have a credit or debit card. If you don't, I don't know how you survive in the world. I couldn't imagine. This is the Byrds' Greatest Hits. This is on the original label. It's a 2Y, $24.99 CSN cover. This is a it is a photo pasted on cover if that's what you're looking for. They did 2 different albums like that. This one and Deja Vu pasted covers. $24.99 is Birds and Shrink. It is in 95% shrink. It has one little tear right here, but yes, it's in shrink. $24.99. And John Cougar Mellencamp, $19.99. John Cougar Mellencamp, $19.99. Paying with cash. I know a lot of places that don't take cash, especially when you go to football games and concerts. There's signs everywhere, no cash. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. Ram is $26.99. Ram, Paul McCartney and Wings, very nice copy. Ram, $26.99. Somebody needs to grab that. Paul McCartney. And the Manilow Collection, Barry Manilow, 20 classic hits, $9.99. Barry Manilow Collection, that is $9.99. This is cool. I haven't seen this in a while. John Denver and the Muppets, Rocky Mountain Holiday, that is sealed, $29.99. $29.99. Santana Caravanserai is $19.99. And Captain Fantastic and Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. This is $44.99. It is a mint copy and it is complete. Have you ever seen everything that comes with this? There's a poster, there's a scraps book, a lyric book, and the Elton John merchandise and fan club insert. That is $44.99. $44.99 on Elton John. All right. That is complete. Beautiful copy of that, complete. Back up to the top, John Young. Did I already pull the Birds for him?
Yeah.
Okay, Birds is pulled for John Young, so the next comment was Birds. I got that. Next is Francis Drennan on John. I think that was the John Denver. Mike Cochran on Barry Manilow. Gus, you were second on the Muppets. David, just track listings. I try to read as much as possible, but if you are asking track listings, you're probably not going to get too many records. They're probably going to be sold. By the time you ask what's the songs, they're probably going to be sold. Just FYI, I've seen you already missed out on 2 or 3 records because of that. These move very fast. There's probably no time for track listings. Sam Markham gets Ram, and Eddie Passir on Elton John. And Tanner, this one was $44. I was thinking about auctioning this because it's the first one I've seen completely complete in a while, and it was mint. That's sold to Eddie Passir, $44.99. Chip Hall was second. John Lill was third. Let's see here. And we have Chicago 7. Chicago 7 was $19.99. Songs on Elton John. David, you were fourth on that. George Harrison, Living in the Material World, $29.99. George Harrison is $29.99. I don't mind to read track listings. I was just trying to help you out. By the time you ask what's the tracks, it's probably most likely going to be something that has already sold. Jimmy Buffett is sealed. Even though the shrink is torn, the record has never came out of here. This is a sealed copy. Margaritaville's on here. It has a MCA stamp, which usually means it's a reissue, but this one you can almost go ahead and peel that off and you would have a mint copy. That's sold to David Kaufman. That is sealed. You can take the shrink wrap off that one and have you a perfect copy now. I have not seen a Pink Floyd Japanese Animals. I haven't. Haven't seen one in a while. And Billy Joe Turnstiles is $24.99. Very, very nice copy. We've been selling the heck out of Billy Joe. He played in Nashville last night. I kind of regret not going because I may not ever get a chance to see him again. That is $24.99. David got the Jimmy Buffett. Let's make these buy it nows. Men at Work. David Kaufman got Jimmy Buffett. David Tate was second. Men at Work is a $35 buy it now. I'll see if there's anybody waiting on that. Clint offered $30. Let me see if somebody else was going to pay $35. A couple people are. So Clint, you've got dibs though if you want it for $35. And Phil Collins is a $35 buy it now. Sean, these are buy it nows. Clint, this is yours for $35. If not, it's sold to Thomas. If not, Peter's offered $32. That's $35. So that's Clint if he wants it. If not, Thomas. And if anybody wants Phil Collins, this is a $35 buy it now. The blue cheer cover front, show it slowly. Okay. Clint takes Men at Work for $35. I'm just going to go back through this crate. I have a whole nother one after this. It's all new vintage arrivals, really good stuff. Blue Cheer is $44.99. Blue Cheer is $44.99, and it is near mint. It's embossed. It's the original label. It's a 68 Mercury press, and that is $44.99. So Clint got that. Peter, you were third on Men at Work. Autumn wants Billy Joel. Tanner, that was $24.99, and Sam Markham wants Blue Cheer. Okay, let me put up. I may just start making these Japanese. I think after I put something up for auction originally and don't get a bid, we usually just make them buy it nows. Sometimes I reduce the price and start them again, but I think last night we sold almost the whole bin of Japanese that's doing quick kind of blowout buy it nows. Because most of these I've already put up once. I don't have a lot of new stuff. So let's do some buy it nows. Neil Young, $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now. George Harrison, Somewhere in England, $25 buy it now. The Beatles Ballads, $35 buy it now. 20-track Beatles compilation, $35 buy it now. And David Bowie tonight, $35 buy it now. So 25, 25, 35, and 35. Those are all buy it nows. Those are all buy it nows. And then, of course, Phil Collins was a $35 buy it now. We have not auctioned $1 Billion Babies. It has not come up. We have not had that yet. I was going to read through these titles one more time. Some of these have sold. We got Joe Sloop first on George Harrison. Tanner, that was $25. Clint Howard was first on David Bowie. That's $35. Sarah Morgan was second. Neil Young's $25. Beatles $35. Phil Collins $35. I'll do a few more in just a second. Here's the titles in here. Waylon and Jesse. Jackson Browne, The Pretender. Let me go ahead and tell you prices. Waylon and Jesse, $24.99. And The Pretender, the classic, the other. This also has a photo cover pasted on it. Has the original in their sleeve. That was $19.99. Great, another great Jackson Browne album. So those are available. So is Johnny Cash America, $19.99. That is available. Catch Bull at 4. I like this album. Cat Stevens, $19.99. Catch Bull at 4. The Alan Parsons Project, Greatest Hits. That's surprisingly still available, $19.99. Flowers on the Wall, the Statler Brothers, $9.99. Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon, $19.99. Kansas, that is Power. That is Sealed, Kansas, $29.99. Jimmy Buffett, One Particular Harbor, $19.99 for Jimmy Buffett. Jesse Hood wants the Phil Collins. That's a $35 buy it now. Dave wants to see the Steely Dan. That was coming up almost next. No Condition Notes, $34.99. This is like a third label. This MCA Coral, third or fourth label, possibly third or fourth. Very nice, though. EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. Nice cover. That's $34.99. Clint, everything in here is sticker price right now. Sticker price. Let me grab another handful and see what we have in here. A couple more buy it nows. Carole King Music, $25 buy it now. These are like closeouts. Rocky, $25 buy it now. I'll re-put that one up for auction. It's a little bit pricier. Youthquake, $35 buy it now, Dead or Alive. And the Jacksons Victory, $25 buy it now. So 3 $25 buy it nows and a $35. Dead or Alive, Youthquake, $35. And then the Jacksons, Rocky, and Carole King, those are all $25. And then the one I set aside was Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin. This is a 2 LP. This is a $45 start. This is technically the soundtrack. No, this maybe have a. This says from the soundtrack of the motion picture Janis, sides A and B, and then the second disc, record 2, is early performances. So that's the soundtrack, and then this is early performances. This is a $45 start. It's got the original inner sleeve. It's a gatefold, and the gatefold has a booklet with it. If you can see that, that's up for bid. I think last time I said a 65 or 75 on that. That's now up for auction. David Sweevel gets the Jacksons, and that was a $25 buy it now to David. Okay, Steely Dan. Try it, the Standells. Hype sticker, 67 Scranton, $49.99. A Rock and Roll Collection, Buddy Holly, $24.99. Buddy Holly Giant is $34.99. The Roaches Keep On Doing. That's a Robert Fripp produced album. John put that note on the back. $14.99. Moody Blues Caught Live, $19.99. Arlo Guthrie, Power of Love, $19.99. I messed that all up. Philip Shoemaker, first on the Standells. That was a top copy of that album. Point of No Return, Frank Sinatra, $14.99. Golden Grass, The Grassroots, $14.99. ABC Dunhill with songs such as Midnight Confessions, Let's Live for Today. Things I Should Have Said, that's a good one. Is Creed on this one? Creed's on this one too. He's hiding back here behind this tree. I don't want to go into that full story. If you was watching the other night, you know what I'm talking about. The Hollies, More Great Hits. The Hollies is $19.99. Linda Ronstadt, Living in the USA, $9.99. Sinatra and Strings is $14.99. Crosby, Stills and Nash Allies, $34.99. Chicago 7 is $19.99. 16 Greatest Hits, The Impressions, $19.99. Charlie Daniels Saddle Tramp, $24.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash CSN, $24.99. John Cougar still available, $19.99. Michael Nath has the Janis Joplin for $45. That's going twice, going 3 times. Richard Group wants the Chicago. Santana is $19.99. Michael Bohannon was second, and George Harrison, Living in the Material World, $29.99. Patrick Hummer says, "I'll take that, Frank." Now, did you want, which one did you want? Sinatra and Strings or Sinatra Point of No Return? What label is the Buddy Holly Giant on? Buddy Holly Giant is on, let's see, in shrink wrap. It's on this coral label. Patrick Hummer wants Frank Sinatra Point of No Return. That is right here. Condition of Sinatra and Strings. Near mint. Patrick wanted Point of No Return. Alan Parsons' Greatest Hits is still available. Yes, $19.99. Thomas wants Dead or Alive, and that was a $35 buy it now on that. All right, let me grab another handful of Japanese, see what we've got. All are just like quick buy it nows. These are final prices. Pay close attention. $20, Rick Springfield. They're all near mint and pristine, unless I say otherwise. Gus C. said sold on Sinatra, and Arm Lozelle sold on Alan Parsons. And Patrick, we just sold the other Sinatra. 20 on Rick Springfield. This is VG Plus. This is VG Plus. 25 on Clapton. $55 on Led Zeppelin. EX on that one. $55 on Zeppelin. Janis Joplin is sold for $45 to Michael Nath. We'll go ahead and sell that. This is a 2-in-1 Air Supply. $20 buy it now. That's 2 albums in one. $20 buy it now on that. Here's a good one. $55 buy it now. Van Halen, 1984. $55 buy it now. Rainbow is a $35 buy it now. And Loverboy is a $25 buy it now. Now, if I can remember these prices, it'll be a miracle. But I see several already sold. We got, first is Buddy Holly, sold to Alex Roman. Of course, that was sticker. Michael Nath got the Janis Joplin for $45. First was Mark Fallon on Air Supply. That was a $20 buy it now. So that was $20. David, you were second, David Kaufman. Paul Brothers gets the Led Zeppelin. That was a $55 buy it now. Kelly Cook gets the Van Halen. That was a $55 buy it now. Sarah Morgan gets the Rainbow. That was a $35 buy it now. John Duran wants the Rocky from earlier. That was a $25 buy it now. And Loverboy was a $25 buy it now. And it was near mint and pristine. So from that stack, Rick Springfield 20. Clapton was VG Plus 25. And Loverboy's 25. So no on 20 on Carole King. No, I would rather sell it to you for 25. These are all whatever price I'm saying. And Regina wants Rick Springfield for 20. Just a few left there. Let me grab another handful of those. Which Beatles do you have? I hope that I grab some in this next handful. Let's see what we have. Hotel California. $45 buy it now. $45 buy it now. I can't give those away. They're too nice. $35 buy it now on the long run. So there's back-to-back Eagles. Let me know exactly which one you want. 45, 35. Those are very nice. 55 on this. 62 to 66. $55 buy it now. I can see what's all in it, but this looks like a very nice copy. And Creedence Gold. I'll do that for a $35 buy it now. That's a Creedence Hits comp. $35 buy it now. Okay, let's see here. Next is Ron Duffield on the long run. That's a $35 buy it now. Angela Chesney wants Hotel California. That's a $45 buy it now. That leaves the Beatles and Creedence. Creedence Gold, which is a hits comp, and the Beatles 62 to 66. Would you mind showing the Queen again? Is there a Queen in here? There's a Neil Young, a Beatles, a Carole King, a Clapton, a Loverboy, now a Creedence, and a Beatles. And let me see, is there a Queen album in here? I don't think there is. There was a copy of The Day at the Races, but it's gone. And I have a whole nother crate of new vintage arrivals. Paul Brothers wants the CCR for $35. Paul Brothers gets the CCR for $35. I do have a whole nother bin of new vintage. Let me bring those over here. David, are you really going to let $5 keep you from getting Carole King? Let me see what I've got right over here. Got a whole nother crate of vintage. I'll keep showing Japanese like that too. Oh, this is another good, off to a good start already from the front. Let's see what else we got in here. That's interesting. A Ziggy Marley. We might have to put that up for auction. Let me put it up front here. Yep. Ooh, is this in shrink wrap? That's nice. The Who. That's nice. Sam Cooke. Michael Schenker's in here. That's a Dave Mason I've never seen before. There's a Dolly I don't see too often. There's a Depeche Mode. I'll leave that in here. There's a... Okay. Wow, there's the... Yeah, this is a good crate. I hope if you stayed around, you're about to see some good stuff. I think there's some stuff in here I didn't move to the front that I need to auction, so. I don't have any more Japanese bluegrass, no. David said he spent 180. See, 5 though, you're gonna have to pay shipping and you're already gonna be over 200, so you might as well just go ahead and bite the bullet, right, Tanner? Just bite the bullet, as they say. All right, a couple more buy it nows. Rainbow. This is EX. I'll make it just $30. Difficult to cure. That's a $30 buy it now. 20 on Rod Stewart. 20 on Rod Stewart. There's another Rod Stewart, so let me skip over that one. 35 on, this was nice. The Grand Funk collection, 35. 2 LP Gold Disc collection. And 10cc Live and Let Live is 25. 10cc. If you want this Rod Stewart, comment Atlantic Crossing or AC, and it's only going to be $20. It's only going to be $20. So that's another one, $20. First is Mark Fallon on Grand Funk, and that's a $35 buy it now. Jeff Malwitz was second, and that leaves Rainbow for $30, Rod Stewart for $20, 10cc for $25, I think I said, and Carol Puckett got Rod Stewart for $20 as well. John Lill was second. So 20 on Rod Stewart, 25 on 10cc, and Rainbow is at 30. Okay, let's go through some of these here. New vintage arrivals. We have The Best of Disney, Volume 2, 1999. The Best of Disney, Volume 2, 1999. That was a nice looking copy. War, Deliver the Word. War is $24.99. And Don Nix, Hobos, Heroes, and Street Corner Clowns. Don Nix, $19.99. All right, I'm going to move these back here so I can pull some of these auctions. I'll go through those one more time in a minute. That was all Japanese buy it nows. Gus C. First to Disney. Gus C. First to the Disney record. What did I pull up here for auction? There's a couple more in here I hadn't pulled yet either. This is The Best of Sam Cooke, a 62 mono. Wow. Yeah, I figured it was nice. The Best of Sam Cooke, a 62 mono. Side 2, immaculate. Side 1, EX+++. It's got a mark right there. The Best of Sam Cooke. Nice cover. This is going to be, it's got the original RCA inner sleeve too. $35 start on that. $35 start on The Best of Sam Cooke. Now this Who looks really interesting because this is a tougher one to find, and it looks like it's in shrink wrap. It is. It does have a punch hole, but this is the Who Magic Bus, original Decca inner sleeve, and very nice vinyl. I think I remember looking at this one when I was buying. Oh yeah, this is really nice. This is a $55 start. This is a top copy of the Who Magic Bus. So let's go ahead and get a third auction going. Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers. Ziggy Marley, that's in shrink wrap, or excuse me, that's got the original inner sleeve. It is near mint. The vinyl's near mint. That's a $20 start. So we got Sam Cooke, The Who, and Ziggy Marley. They all have, Sam Cooke has bids. Has The Who got a bid yet? Who's a $55 start? Ziggy just got a bid. The only thing in here so far claimed is Disney. I may run across something else that I saw just a moment ago. I'll set off to the side if I'm going to auction it. Santana has the poster with it. Santana Abraxas with the poster. Very nice copy, $39.99. Supertramp, Brother, Where You Bound. Supertramp is $19.99. Creedence Clearwater Revival, the concert in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $29.99. John Leal, First to Santana. That's sold to John Leal. Katie Lang and the Reclines, Absolute Torch and Twang, $19.99. John Leal also on Supertramp. Sarah Morgan first on Creedence Clearwater Revival, CCR. Gene Pitney, Only Love Can Break a Heart. Gene Pitney, $9.99. The Best of the Animals. The Best of the Animals. Well, that's nice. That looked extremely nice. That's undervalued at $24.99 for that condition. Classic Performances by Graham Parker, $14.99. Sam Cooke, we had 35, 35, 35, 45, 45, 50, 55. Alex is at 55 on Sam Cooke. Alex Roman from YouTube, $55. Ziggy Marley, we had 20, then 22, then 22 again. Ziggy Marley is mint, not even near mint. And I'm looking for a $55 start on the Who's Magic Bus in shrink wrap. EX Plus, the near mint vinyl, $68. Michael McDowell, First to the Animals. Patrick Carter, First to Graham Parker. Ken Highstand, You Were Second on the Animals. Joe Walsh, Barnstorm. I think my favorite Joe Walsh album, $19.99. Ziggy Marley's at $25. Linda Ronstadt, $14.99. Rock Me on the Water. Also Faithful. That's my favorite Linda Ronstadt album. Neil Diamond, this is cool. Just for You with the Shiloh hop sticker on the Banged label. This is the era of Neil Diamond I like. Shiloh. What else is on here? Red, Red Wine. Cherry, Cherry. The original I'm a Believer. And Solitary Man. The World of Cat Stevens. $19.99. That's in shrink wrap. The World of Cat Stevens. $19.99. Go to Your Home record. Nope, didn't want to do it that time. It's right behind. Nope, not that time either. There we go. If you're ever putting a record back in the sleeve, see that little flap up there at the seam? Sometimes the record wants to get behind that. Nah, that's not good. Okay, back up to the top. We had Ziggy's at 30. Chip Hall on Joe Walsh. JW. That's sold to Chip Hall. Rich Group was second. Ziggy Marley 30. Tracy McFadden. Tracy's first on Linda Ronstadt. Steve Zyman was second. He put OR, which probably was for LR. Then he put Linda. Joe Sloop, you were third on Joe Walsh. Ziggy Marley, 32. Paul, you were third on Linda Ronstadt. Craig's out on Ziggy. Ziggy's at 35. Neil Young is $12.99. So we need to do a final call on Sam Cooke. Here's where we're at on our auctions. The best of Sam Cooke is a 62 mono Rockaway press, and it is super nice. The cover still has some of the original gloss. It has a couple dings here. Awesome. No writing, beautiful. And by the way, we hadn't even talked about the music. You Send Me, Wonderful World, The Chain Gang, Cupid, Twisting the Night Away, Having a Party, and of course, Bring It On Home to Me. This is super nice. The best of Sam Cooke. The Dead Wax in the Matrix is N5. It looks like an N. N5PP3090-2S. 62 mono Rockaway press. Ziggy's at 35 and Ziggy's at 36. The third auction is Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers. Conscious Party, 1988. High bid on that is 37. And The Who is also an OG record. This is a 68 Pickneyville press. 68 Pickneyville press. It does have a punch hole in it. A little bit of a tear in the shrink there. Other than that, it's nice. Decca inner sleeve. Very, very nice vinyl. I'm looking for a $55 start. No bid right now. No bid right now on the Who, but if you want to get in, now's the time before it's a buy it now, if you know for sure you want it. Sam Cooke, I guess I didn't give us a bid, did I? Alex is at 55. He's been at 55 for a while. Alex is at 55 on Sam Cooke. That's going twice, going 3 times. We got 3 records going twice, going 3 times. There's the label for Sam Cooke. It's on this blue. I think this was a German import from World of Cat Stevens. Okay, so we got Sam Cooke, 57. Carol put 50 on The Who. That's supposed to be 55. So The Who still don't have a bid. 57 on Sam Cooke, 60, 60, and 65. New record, the Flamingo Kid soundtrack in shrink wrap. Perfect copy. $24.99 on the Flamingo soundtrack in shrink wrap. Final call on Ziggy Marley now. 37 on Ziggy Marley. The Juggernauts of the early 70s. This is a compilation. Juggernauts, $14.99 from ABC Dunhill. So you have Jim Croce, Three Dog Night, The Grassroots, Walk Away, The James Gang, Don't Pull Your Love, Hamilton, Joe, Frank, and Reynolds. Steppenwolf's on here. Eddie Hallman, Mama Koss, Your Own Kind of Music, Tommy Rowe, John Kay. Another copy of Phil Collins, Face Value, $19.99. Sammy Hagar, 9 on a 10 scale. I haven't seen this one in a long time. $24.99. It's near mint. And Music for the Masses, Depeche Mode, $79.99. 1987. 1987, Depeche Mode, Music for the Masses, $79.99. Okay, let's get some auction updates. Sam Cooke is at 75 of Alex Roman. He's still the high bidder. Jeff just bid 55 on The Who. I was coming over here to make it a buy it now. Jeff is on my screen at 55. That's going twice, going 3 times. Actually, by the time I'm done with these, we may go ahead and sell it to them unless somebody else bids. The Who is at 55 with Jeff McMaster. Ziggy Marley, no other bids have come in. That is sold to Arm Lazelle for $37. Ziggy Marley. Sam Cooke was at 75. We had 2 people make offers on The Who. No offers. It's at 55. John Leal first to Sammy Hagar. John Leal first to Sammy Hagar. Stacy, the Juggernauts compilation was $14.99. You need that. David Kaufman first on Phil Collins. Mark Fallon, you were second on Sammy Hagar. Sarah, you were third. Craig Weatherford first on Depeche Mode. Now everybody who was wanting to buy The Who for 55 is now bidding. 55, 57, 56, 65, and 60. So Jeff is back in as the high bidder, still at 65. And Sam Cooke's now at 80. Stacy says she'll take the Juggernauts. That's sold to Stacy. Okay. Mama Koss rhymes with ASS. I don't think so. I think it's Koss. Mama Cass? I don't like that. ZZ Top, El Loco, $34.99. ZZ Top, El Loco. Original inner sleeve, $34.99. ZZ Top, El Loco. Dolly Parton, Love is Like a Butterfly, $34.99. Don't see that too often. John Leal first to ZZ Top. Redbone, $99.99. 1973 Santa Maria, Come and Get Your Love. Come and Get Your Love. Redbone. Wavoka, original orange epic label, $99.99. John Leal got ZZ Top. Mark is first on Dolly. Tanner, that was $34.99. Summer Brewington was second. Jeff is at 75 on The Who. Sarah was third on Dolly. And Paul's out on Sam Cooke. Alex has it for $85. The best of Sam Cooke is at $85. The Who is at $75, just to get everybody updated. It's right here, El Loco. And then that was $34.99. So was ZZ Top. Dave Mason Scrapbook. I don't know if I've ever seen this. $19.99, 72 UK. 72 UK, Scrapbook, Dave Mason. Steely Dan, The Royal Scam, $34.99. Steely Dan, The Royal Scam, $34.99. Original inner sleeve. The Best of Warren Zevon, $34.99. Chris Christopherson, Me and Bobby McGee, $14.99. The Who is at $80. Jeff was at $75. We're on our last lap for Sam Cooke at $85. I'm about to sell it. Steve Zyman first on Dave Mason. And Jeff McMaster's at $81 on The Who. I pronounce Mama Cost differently than a lot of people, evidently. Van Morrison Wavelength, $34.99. Wavelength is in shrink wrap, original inner sleeve, $34.99. And I'm probably not going to change saying it. The Michael Schenker Group, Rock Will Never Die, $19.99. Rock Will Never Die, $19.99. And Shout, the Isley Brothers, 1959 mono. I got so excited because this is so nice. I remember looking at this. The Isley Brothers Shout. Take a look at this. It is perfect. If you don't buy this, you're going to regret it. That's a top copy. Ron Duffield first on Michael Schenker. And Flash Gordon, the original soundtrack by Queen, is $44.99. It has the poster with it too. $44.99. Shout is $79.99. Alex Roman gets the Sam Cooke for $85. That's sold to Alex for $85. Magic Bus, $80, $81. Ron Duffield got Michael Schenker. Carol's out on The Who, so that's $81. I guess I didn't tell the price on Shout. This is $79.99. Let's see. Mark was second asking the price, $79.99. Rob Schindel on Flash. And yeah, that's where we're at. ABBA. This is $19.99. If I didn't mispronounce names, nobody would tune in. That's why I continue to say costs. $19.99. ABBA. Bruce Hornsby in the Range, The Way It Is, $24.99. Not $14.99. Tanner's like, yeah, you better change it because there's evidently some pretty upset people right now. $14.99 for Bachman Turner Overdrive 2. ABBA. Actually, out of all the mispronunciations I've said over the last 4 years, I think Mama Koss upsets people the most. I mean, every time I say it, it's like there's at least 3 or 4 corrections that come in. Hence, why I continue to mispronounce it. The Royal Concert. This is pretty sweet. $29.99. The Royal Concert, $29.99. 2 LP. Look at all those artists. $29.99. I wish this was signed by all these people. Could you imagine? Uh-oh, we got another stubborn sleeve. Fingernails on a chalkboard. Let's see here. I can't, this is being a real stubborn sleeve. We got one of these, well, this is like, this one's fighting back with me. Oh, no wonder, it's a die cut. It has a die cut. Now these are the worst sleeves ever invented. Because like what was just happening is I was trying to get it back in here and it was hitting this right here. Boom. Like that. And you got to get it just right. Okay, the Royal Concert. So over here, we've got, let's see. Jeff McMaster got the Who for $81. Jeff McMaster got the Who for $81. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Shout by the Isley Brothers is $79.99. That's a 59 mono RCA, and it was mint. I laid that out just because. Now back to the bottom, we already pulled Flash. We already pulled ABBA, I think. We did. All right, then we got to Jeffrey DeLong on Bruce Hornsby. Jeffrey DeLong got Bruce Hornsby. We have Colin Butler on Billy Joel. I don't think that was a claim. Andy Wade wants the Royal Concert. Yeah, I didn't even get time to show it. This is $29.99, the Royal Concert. Now I can put it back. It's a 2 LP. This is sold to Andy Wade. You just might want to leave the disc. I'm going to put this one behind the cover. Yeah, Phil Collins, Eric Clapton, Paul Young, Tina Turner, George Harrison, Big Country, Joan Armatrading, Benny King, Howard Jones, Dave Edmunds, Bryan Adams, Elton John. That is sold to Andy Wade. Paul Brothers gets the Isley Brothers. Paul Brothers gets the Isley Brothers. He may be kin to them. And I think we're caught up. Now, I hadn't done this in just a moment, but I've got a couple more Japanese buy it nows. Pay very close attention. We have Cyndi Lauper, $25. True Colors. These are all buy it nows. Cyndi Lauper, $25. The Beatles, Love Songs, $45 buy it now. More Creedence Gold, another one, $35 buy it now. And Van Halen is a $65 buy it now. Van Halen is a $65 buy it now. We had one of those earlier. Cyndi Lauper, the Beatles, Creedence, and Van Halen. Those are all available. Andy Wade wants True Colors. That was a $25 buy it now, Tanner. And I have the Beatles, Creedence, and Van Halen. That was same price as the other one. Creedence, another one of those, and another Beatles comp. Mark needs to put back Dolly. There was somebody back up on that. Who was back up on Dolly? Mark, that's only a $300 restocking fee. Summer Brewington. Summer Brewington on that. Okay, back to the bin. We've got ELO's Greatest Hits, $19.99. ELO's Greatest Hits. In shrink wrap, perfect copy, $19.99. I've never seen this Jefferson airplane. Jefferson airplane, $24.99. First time in my life. This inner sleeve needs to be turned the other way. $24.99, Jefferson airplane. Pete Weisgarber, first to ELO's Greatest Hits. Let's see here. By the way, we had a new buyer earlier because he just sent us an email. I didn't even, it's been in all the other comments. But Jeffrey DeLong, Jeffrey, are you still watching? You were a first-time buyer. Pete Weisgarber first on ELO. Rich Record was second. James Bragg first on Jefferson Airplane. Sarah Morgan second. And we got Sherry Darnell wants CCR More. CCR More. Is this more Creedence Gold? Yeah, it is. That is sold to Sherry. That was a $35 buy now. No, the Japanese aren't sealed, and no, they're not 180. These are vintage, original Japanese pressings. I probably need to explain that because when I'm advertising these, people think these are new copies. These are just so remarkably pristine, it's hard to believe, and everybody who buys these from me will vouch. These are so unbelievably nice. It's just everything from Japan, 9.5 times out of 10 looks like this. They're perfect looking. This is a $65 buy it now. That's Japanese. They're not 180 gram. They're not new. They're not sealed. Sometimes we have sealed ones, but usually they're just perfect. Kate Bush has already been sold. Yep, Kate Bush has already been sold. Scotty, you were third on ELO's greatest hits. The History of Country presents Merle Haggard, $14.99. $14.99. Carole King, Touch the Sky, $14.99. And Mark Lindsay, Arizona, $9.99. Ken Highstand wants the Beatles love songs. That was a $45 buy it now. That just leaves Van Halen for $65. Who's going to buy that? The Turtles' Greatest Hits, Deluxe 2 record set, $24.99. And we have Blue Matter, Savoy Brown. Savoy Brown, $19.99. That's a perfect looking copy. Tim Luddy gets the Van Halen. That's a $65 buy it now to Tim Luddy. I've got another handful that I'm about to do just like that. Let me get to the back and grab these. We got 3 or 4 more here. We had one of these last night. Sinatra, Top Artist. This is a Sinatra compilation called Deluxe. $25 buy it now. Sinatra, $25 buy it now. Whoop, that's another Sinatra. I'll do that in a second. Air Supply, $15. Air Supply, $15. And Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. It's technically 2, but it's got all the main hits on it. That's a $25 buy it now. There's those birds chirping. $25 on Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. $15 on Air Supply. And Sinatra was $25. Back to the bin. Nobody claims Savoy Brown. The Rock and Roll Stars, $14.99. The Rock and Roll Stars from Buddha Records, $14.99. Paul Davis Cool Night, $19.99. In shrink wrap and hop sticker. To DeBonnie from Delaney. Delaney and Bonnie, $19.99. Delaney and Bonnie. And greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Bruce Springsteen, $19.99. Turtles Best Price. These are all sticker price that's in this bin. New comment after that. Steve Zyman gets Simon & Garfunkel for $25. The name of the Air Supply is the One That You Love. Yeah, One That You Love, Air Supply. Sarah Morgan gets Sinatra for $25. Andy, just let me know if you want Air Supply. Heather, you were second on Simon & Garfunkel. Tracy McFadden first to Bruce Springsteen. And David Johnson, Paul Davis was $19.99. Three Dog Night, It Ain't Easy. Three Dog Night is $19.99. It Ain't Easy. Super duper nice. More Dirty Dancing. More Dirty Dancing. Essentially the Dirty Dancing soundtrack volume 2. This is $19.99. More Dirty Dancing, $19.99. And Dusty Springfield's Golden Hits, $19.99. Dusty Springfield's Golden Hits, $19.99. Sarah Long on More Dirty Dancing. Andy Wade's going to get the Air Supply for $15. And Brian C. wants the Buddha Rock Comp. That's sold to Brian C. Alrighty. Let me grab another handful of Japanese pressings. We've got... We'll do this. Maybe the cheapest I've ever sold one. Asia self-titled. Just because of the rental stickers. $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now on Asia. Here's another Creedence comp. This one's VG Plus. This one's VG Plus. Just $25. A Japanese VG Plus. Going to be very nice. Still going to be very nice. $25 buy it now on that. That's called Creedence Gold. If you missed the first Rod Stewart, here's another one. This one's EX, $20. That one's EX, $20. And the Commodores is $20. Midnight Magic. And the Commodores is $20. Midnight Magic. Let's see here. Sarah Morgan, first to Asia. That was a $25 buy it now. Sherry Darnell wants TDN. That was Three Dog Night from the bin. John Leal got the Rod Stewart. That was a $20 buy it now. Tracy McFadden got the Commodores. That was a $20 buy it now. And that just leaves Creedence Gold, the VG Plus copy, for $25. Back to the bin. Joey D, the Peppermint Twisters, $19.99. Edgar Winter Group, They Only Come Out at Night. Original orange label gatefold, $19.99. Brian Friel, Ashes and Matchsticks, $9.99. Faces, A Nod as Good as a Wink, This is a 71 Terre Haute in shrink wrap, original label, mint, $29.99. Sarah Morgan on Edgar Winter Group. The Four Seasons, the second vault of gold hits. This one has Sherry on it and Big Girls Don't Cry. That is $9.99. Eddie Passer on Faces. That's an absolute top copy. And Marian Faithful, Faithless, $19.99. Maybe grab another handful of Japanese pressings. We've got, I'll do this for a $30 buy it now. The Beatles live at the Star Club, Hamburg, Germany. $30 buy it now. If you missed out on the first one, here's another one, and this one has the poster. This one has the poster. With poster. $55 buy it now, Hotel California. $55 buy it now with poster. Bon Jovi, I'm going to reduce this one. $45 buy it now. That has the sticker and poster stickers, some of the stickers and the poster with it. $45 on that. And these, a couple of these, just because they have rental stickers on it. These two have rental stickers on them. They're going to be $20 buy it nows. State of Confusion and Katrina and the Waves. Those are $20 buy it nows. And then one more, and then I'll recap them. This is a $35 buy it now. Deep Purple, Last Concert in Japan. Deep Purple, Last Concert in Japan. Okay, so Donnie Moore got the Four Seasons. That's sold to Donnie Moore. Was the 2-for-1 air supply. What was the 2-for-1? One of them has an air balloon on the cover, and one of them has a guy like water surfing. I don't really recall the titles, but I can get that for you. Jimmy Ball gets Katrina and the Waves. Tanner, that was a $20 buy it now. Donnie Moore was second. Nigel wants State of Confusion. That's also a $20 buy it now. Angela says Hotel California, but she would like to put back the other one. That's okay. Wanted to upgrade. She got the other one earlier for $45. This one is $55. That's sold to Angela Chesley. We just got to put back the other one. That one's $55. Paul Brothers also gets Bon Jovi. That's a $45 buy it now. And here's the only two left. The Beatles, which was $35, and Deep Purple, which was $35. And if anybody wants, Rich says he'll take the $45 Eagles. And I think he was second earlier. Bob, I'm taking a water break too. Let's do an official recap of this bin. Jim Engelman wants the Behemoth record from Discogs. War, Deliver the Word. War, Deliver the Word, $24.99. Don Nix, Hobos, Heroes, and Street Corner Clowns, $19.99. Katie Lang and the Reclines, Absolute, $19.99. Gene Pitney is $9.99. Donnie Moore wants War, sold to Donnie Moore. Neil Diamond, this is still available with the Shiloh Hype Sticker original Bang label, $12.99. Jimmy Ball, first on KD Lang. That's sold to Jimmy Ball. The World of Cat Stevens, $19.99. The World of Cat Stevens. First cut is the deepest. Jeffrey DeLong, first on Neil Diamond. John Young, second. The Flamingo Kid soundtrack in shrink wrap, $19.99. The Flamingo Kid soundtrack. Redbone, Wavoka, $99.99. This is the tough one to get that has Come and Get Your Love on it. Redbone, $99.99. Steely Dan is still available. The Royal Scam, $34.99. The Best of Warren Zevon, $34.99. The Best of Warren Zevon. Chris Christopherson, Me and Bobby McGee, $14.99. Van Morrison Wavelength in shrink wrap, $34.99. Bachman Turner Overdrive 2, $14.99. Donnie Moore takes the Gene Pitney. The History of Country presents Merle Haggard, $14.99. Carole King, Touch the Sky, $14.99 in shrink wrap. And Mark Lindsay, Arizona, $9.99. We need to block Sandra Banks, please. The Turtles' Greatest Hits, $24.99. The Turtles' Greatest Hits, $24.99. That's a 2LP on Sire, $24.99. Jeff Malwitz wants Deep Purple. I believe Deep Purple was the, well, first of all, I didn't pull Steely Dan for Jimmy Ball. Jimmy Ball wants Steely Dan. Donnie Moore got Gene Pitney. And then I think Jeff Malwitz wants this Deep Purple. Is that right, Jeff? The Japanese Deep Purple concert. That was a $35 buy it now. Let me grab a couple new Japanese buy it nows. We're almost through this whole bin. We've sold most of them. We have Bob Dylan. This is a $35 buy it now. This is a Bob Dylan hits compilation. Closeout, $35. I think last time I put 45 on that. We'll do 35 on Nina. We sold one of those last night for 35. I'm pretty positive. The Stones, 45. 45. High Tide and Green Grass, the Rolling Stones, $45 buy it now. Hall & Oates, $25 buy it now. And Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That's a 12-inch single, $15. $15. All right, let me see what's going on. I think we got the spam blocked. I don't know what people are, whatever bot. I guess that's probably a bot. That's probably not even a human doing that. Jeff got the Deep Purple. Andy, what's the price on Zevon? That was $34.99. $34.99. John Lill first to Nana. I'm sure he meant Nina. John Lill got Nina. That was a $35 buy now. Jimmy Ball second. Sarah Morgan third. Philip Shoemaker wants to Mark Lindsay. Donnie Moore gets the Rolling Stones. That was a $45 buy now. Jimmy Ball wants to Cyndi Lauper. That was a $15 buy now. Jimmy Ball and Cyndi Lauper, $15 buy now. Ken gets the Bob Dylan. That was a $35 buy now. And Andy Wade on Hall & Oates, and that was a $25 buy now. Donnie Moore, you were second on Cyndi Lauper. Andy Wade also wants Warren Zevon's Greatest Hits. Okay. Also in the spin, we have Savoy Brown, $19.99. That's called Blue Matter. Savoy Brown, $19.99. Paul Davis, Cool Night in shrink wrap and hop sticker, $19.99. To Bonnie from Delaney is $19.99. Dusty Springfield's Golden Hits, $19.99. Joey D is $19.99. Brian Frail, Ashes and Matchsticks, $9.99. And Marion Faithful, Faithless, $19.99. 35 on the Deep Purple, Jeff Malwitz. Okay, now we had one of these earlier. Here's another one without the booklet. The vinyl's still near mint. I think the last one was 45. I'm going to do this one for just 35. There's another Beatles love songs. No booklet or inserts, or it has an insert, just no booklet. 35 on that one. See who's first. We have a Michael Jackson Thriller. Just 35 on that. He's got some spotting on his jacket. It looks like it looks like somebody drove by him and splashed mud all over his jacket, but those are little brown aging spots. Other than that, it has the poster, the vinyl's mint, and it has the insert. $35 start on Thriller. Here is a No Obi Hotel California. $25. No Obi. No condition notes. Another Creedence Gold. That's a $35 buy it now. And I got another Beatles, but we showed one earlier. This one, I'll go ahead and price it though. The Obi does have a rip right here. No booklets, just inner sleeves. Just $30. Just $30 on that. Just $30. Okay, Mel Webster got the Beatles love songs, and I said 35 on that. I did 45, 35 on that one. Yes, that's Mel Webster's for 35. Does CCR have have you ever seen the rain? That is, yes, that is on here, Angela. That is on here. You've got dibs if you want it. Next is Fred Carnell on the Obolus Hotel California. That was $25. So 35 on Love Songs to Mel, 25 on Hotel California to Fred. Jason Fornerat wants Thriller for 35. David Hilton wants This Beatles. This Beatles was $30, David Hilton. And Angela gets CCR for 35. Those are all gone. Now, let me go through the Japanese buy it now stack, and I'll try to recite these prices as accurately as possible as I did the first go around. And here's everything that's left. We have, and then here's the agenda for the night. It's 10:10. Here's the agenda. I'm going to condense everything from tonight. It should be able to fit into one crate. We're going to go through it one more time, buy it now, best offer. And they're not going to be 50% off. They might not even be 20% off. It depends on the title, and it depends on the title, really. And it depends on what it is. So, the Beatles, Star Club, one more time. I'll run through these. $35 buy it now. CCR is a $25 buy it now. That was VG Plus. 10cc was a $25 buy it now. Michael Herrera wants the CCR. That was a $25 buy it now. That sold to Michael Herrera. Michelle was second. Steve Zyman third. Rod Stewart, $20. Rod Stewart, $20. Rainbow, Difficult to Cure, $30. Here's the other Beatles. I can show this one. I said 55 on this one because it is got both LPs. It's got both inner sleeves. It has the poster, the discography book, and the lyric book. $55. That one is really nice. It has all the inserts. It's complete too. Usually I put those up for auction and start them at 65. 55 on that one. John Lang wants Rainbow, and that was $30. Loverboy, that was a $25 buy it now. That's called Keep It Up. Clapton was VG Plus. That was $25. Carole King was $25. And the Beatles, I think I said 30. Yeah, I said 35 on that. 20. That's called Beatles Tracks. That's a 20-track compilation. Jimmy Ball wants Loverboy. That's a $25 buy it now. And Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. That's a $25 buy it now. That's all that was left. That was a full-packed bin of Japanese too. So we just sold about 60, 70 Japanese pressings probably right then. That's a whole bin gone. That's all that's left. Neil Young, The Beatles, Carole King, Clapton, Rod, 10cc, and the Beatles. And Jim Anstant wants the Neil Young. That was a $25 buy it now. All right, let me put those away. I'm going to do some condensing now. Let me do some condensing. I do have a whole nother bin of that stuff. Depends on what time. So I'm probably going to focus on the recap bins. I think we can make it tonight probably to around 11 o'clock. Any Melancholy box sets, remaining price. Melancholy, no, I don't actually. Boy, I need to get those on back order. I have no Smashing Pumpkins box sets left. I'm kind of glad you asked. I've got Siamese Dream, Gish. I think that's the only two I have. Siamese Dream and Gish. Is the Obi on the Beatles Red Good. It has some fraying, and it has a tear right there. So that was not perfect either. I guess that's really the only major flaw on it. Let's see here. You still have the Jackie Brown. Yeah, it's around here. Oh, I left out one. This didn't have an Obi on it. This is only a $20 buy it now. Frank Sinatra. This is Japanese. It's a $20 buy it now. Sinatra. It's a 2LP hits comp. It's a 2LP hits comp. That's a $20 buy it now. Frank Sinatra. Let's see here. Let me do some crate condensing here. There's this crate. And so that was the last crate we showed. Before that, we had this crate. Let me get all these in the right order so we can show these right quick. And then the stuff that's left, here's how we'll do that. Whenever I get to it, it'll kind of just be kind of like just like when you're claiming them live. It'll kind of be just like a first come, first serve. So just if there was some earlier, just wait till it kind of pops up, and it'll be a first come, first serve. Let me get those. There's a crate. Now the stuff from earlier. There's 2 empty crates. And there's this bin. And I guess this was some of the very first stuff here. Should be. This should be some of the very first stuff here. Yeah, this was the crate we started with. Gish is Smashing Pumpkins Gish is $39.99. Smashing Pumpkins Gish is $39.99. All right, let me run through these. So this is the first crate of new vintage stuff we started with. Like I said, you can claim them, or it's first come, first serve. Joseph, if I see that Jackie Brown, it wasn't the first bin, it was a first record in a bin, so that's why I knew we had it. I don't know where it's got reshuffled to now, though. So, but if you send a message, we might can try to find that before the end of, before we send out invoices, essentially. Austin wants a Smashing Pumpkins Gish. We'll grab that in just a second. I won't forget, Austin Calderon. Marvin Gaye. This is EX 74.99. It's a 71 Indianapolis press of Marvin Gaye. What's going on? EX 74.99. Fantasy Tommy Rowe VG Plus $9.99. Chick Corea Return to Forever EX 44.99. Mother Focus EX 17.99. There's Gish for Austin $39.99. If anybody else wants one, let me know. ELO Discovery VG Plus $14.99. Electric Light Orchestra Discovery VG Plus $14.99. Tumbleweed Connection VG $14.99. Original label Tumbleweed Connection Elton John VG $14.99. Peter Frampton I'm In You. This is EX $17.99. EX $17.99. Gus C wants ELO Discovery. That's sold to Gus C. The Best of Buddy Holly. That's VG Plus $29.99. Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on Tour with Eric Clapton. That is a VG Plus $19.99. 70 Presswell. 1970 Presswell. Nina Simone Silk and Soul. $69.99. It's a 67 mono Indianapolis press. Nina Simone Silk and Soul. $69.99. Nina Simone Silk and Soul. That is $69.99. Fred Carnell wants PF. That was Peter Frampton. Red Ryder Neruda is EX $17.99. And Chubby Checker Beach Party. That is VG Plus $14.99. Madonna, Who's That Girl soundtrack, $24.99. Donnie Moore wants Red Ryder. Then we have a $100 offer for Nina Simone and Joni Mitchell. And then a $55 offer for Nina Simone by itself. Donnie Moore was first to Madonna. Sarah Morgan was second. So Nina Simone would be $60. I kind of hate to discount that. But $60 on Nina Simone. And Joni Mitchell, Graffiti. It's not Graffiti. That could be somebody famous. That could be Donna. This could be Donna Summer's personal copy. So, I mean, we just auctioned off a nice one for, this is like, we auctioned off a nice one for $75 the other night. If Donna wasn't on her cheek, this would be 75 plus. Donna would have 2 ends. No, that's like, just like John Voight, just like the Seinfeld episode. When she signed her name, she just used 1 end. You have to know Seinfeld very well, know what I'm talking about. This Nina Simone was no condition notes. We have no condition notes on it. It's EX Plus. It's definitely EX Plus on side 2. Side 1 is closer to near mint minus, especially for this. But my best price on this would be $50. So John Young, we're not too far apart. I'm at 110. 60 on that and 50 on this. 60 on that and 50 on that. You were first. You offered 100. I'm at 110. And then if he passes on any one of those, next on Nina Simone is Michael Nath and then Brent Rabley. Mark Cunningham's made an offer on blue. And what was the price of Morgan Wallen? It is $29.99. Marshall Crenshaw, Field Day, $19.99 on Marshall Crenshaw. The Ohio Express, Beg, Borrow, and Steal, $24.99. The Ohio Express, Jerry Lee Lewis, When Two Worlds Collide, that is $9.99. Gold stamp promo. Sinister Attraction, Private Wars, $14.99 from 1989. Howard Jones, Action Replay, $24.99 for Howard Jones Action Replay. Very nice. Culture Club, Waking Up with the House on Fire, $24.99. Guy Clark, Gold Stamp Promo, how can nobody bought this yet? $44.99. Beautiful Guy Clark. Beautiful Guy Clark. That is $44.99. Donnie Moore on Howard Jones. Donnie Moore on Howard Jones. A Date with Elvis. We don't get this one too often. 1970 orange label. Date with Elvis. It's not a first press. This album came out in the early 63. But very nice though. 70 orange label, $39.99. And Best of Beach Boys Volume 2, $14.99. John Young, 105, 110, because we already got Nina sold for 60. That means I'm selling Joni for 45. You know you need the disc in this. 110. You've won like the last 7 deals. Track list on Guy Clark. This is, let's see here. Track list we have In the Jailhouse Now. This is starting from side 2. Comfort and Crazy. Don't You Take It Too Bad. That's a Town Van Zant song. The Houston Kid. Full on the Roof Blues. Full on the Roof. Fools for Each Other. Shade of All Greens. Viola, An American Dream, and One Paper Kid. See, I've got my 110 right in front of me. 60 and 50. You're in a good position. You can have them both. Buddy Holly, Rave On, $19.99. Your friend Mark's working against you. An Evening with Belafonte, $9.99. Green River, Creedence Clearwater Revival, $34.99. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, $34.99. Deja Vu. Eurythmics, 1984, $19.99. Plus, you got a steal last night on the Sgt. Pepper's. Because you did your reverse psychology. The Who Quadrophenia, $34.99. MCA Cloud Pressing, It Is Mint, $34.99. The Beatles 65 is $49.99. The Beatles 65, $49.99. And the Beatles Rarities. The Beatles Rarities. This is a cool record to listen to. $34.99. Okay, so let me see what's going on. So the next person with dibs on Nina Simone, here's how this is going to work then. John made the offer, so that was kind of held. Then Michael Nath made the offer, and then he said he was good with 60. Okay, so that's sold to Michael Nath for 60. Okay. And then the first person, and then Brent Rabley would have technically been second. And then the first to make an offer other than John on Joni Mitchell was Mark. He said 40. Then he said he would do the 50. And so that makes that $50 to Mark Cunningham. So Nina Simone sold to Michael Nath for 60. Brent was third on Nina Simone. Yeah. And then this is sold to Mark for 50. We still got 110. They just went to two different people. Jesse offered 27 on the Who, and then John offered 30. Jesse, if you want the Who for 30, it's sold to you. If not, it's sold to John Leal. And Brent, if you was a hair faster, you would have had dibs on either one of those. Okay, Jesse said he'll take it at 30. Here's what's left in this bin. The Beatles, Eurythmics, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, CCR, Belafonte, Buddy Holly, Guy Clark, The Beach Boys, Elvis, Culture Club, Sinister Attraction, Jerry Lee Lewis, The Ohio Express, Marshall Crenshaw, Chubby Checker, Delaney and Bonnie with Eric Clapton, Buddy Holly, Elton John, Focus, Chick Corea, Tommy Rowe, and Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. I'm surprised no one's got that. I mean, that's like probably the top surprise of the night so far. And we're going to sell David Sweevil Rarities for 27. That's sold to David. I got one more crate of vintage to recap. Somebody asked earlier about Morgan Wallen. If you want one, let me know. They're $29.99. Sinister Price, and is it an EP? Sinister Attraction. Let me find that. I don't know a lot about that. This is Private Wars. It has... It looks like 5 songs, 2 sides on side A, 3 sides on song B, 1989, $14.99. Row for $8. Nigel, that will be $8.5. That will be $8 if you want it. Morgan Wallen, that is If You Know Me. Is that the name of this album? If I Know Me. If I Know Me? If I Know Me. John Duran wants one. That's $29.99. If I Know Me. That's sold to John Duran. Next Play Records, I have more. Nigel 8 on Tommy if you want it. Okay, now here is like the rest of the vintage from tonight. We'll do a recap on these. Same thing. Feel free to make offers. Marvin and Belafonte. Sarah, you may have misheard the price. Marvin was $74.99. $74.99. Okay, here's what's in this bin. Kansas, 2 for the show, $34.99. This is Gordon Lightfoot Shadows. That is sealed, $29.99. Gordon Lightfoot Shadows, sealed, $29.99. The Carpenters, Voice of the Heart, that's sealed with hop sticker, $19.99. The Carpenters. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits, $54.99. 1988 Columbia House. This has the original inner sleeve with it, $54.99. 88 Columbia House pressing of that. Of course, I've sold a billion of the new pressings. Don't get many of those 88s, OG or not. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual, $24.99. Men at Work, 2 hearts. Men at Work was $24.99. The times they are changing. Bob Dylan, $39.99 UK pressing. I wish I knew the year, but I can tell you the vinyl is extremely nice, and that is $39.99. No one cares about Tommy Rowe. Well, if it don't sell in the next year, it'll be in a half-off bin for $5, and you can buy it then. But just a rule of thumb, we usually don't do half-off on new arrivals. Michael Nath offered $33 on Dylan. Go ahead and sell that to Michael Nath for $33. Jethro Tull Storm Watch, $19.99. It'll be $5 in about a year if no one buys it by then. Oingo Boingo is $64.99. This is from 1987. Oingo Boingo, $64.99. Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind, $9.99. Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind. The Best of Manfred Mann, $19.99. Fist City, Loretta Lynn, that is in shrink wrap, $19.99. Kansas Point of No Return, $19.99 for Kansas Point of No Return, $19.99. Kool and the Gang as one, $14.99. Kool and the Gang as one, $14.99. Greg Kihn Band, Conspiracy, $19.99. Urge Overkill, X of the Dragon, that was a $40 buy it now. I had that up for auction, did not get a bid. NRBQ, Wild Weekend, that is $19.99. Mr. Mister, Welcome to the Real World, $34.99 for Mr. Mister. Welcome to the Real World. Buddy Holly, Heartbeat, that's in shrink, $19.99. Waylon and Jesse, $24.99. $24.99. Fred, Urge Overkill, I'll do for $35. $35 on that. Jackson Brown, The Pretender, in shrink wrap. Nice copy. It has this original inner sleeve too. $19.99. Johnny Cash, America, $19.99. Catch Bullet 4, Cat Stevens, that's in shrink wrap, $19.99. Flowers on the Wall, the Statler Brothers, $9.99. Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon, $19.99. Joni Mitchell. Kansas is Sealed, that is called Power, that is sealed, $29.99. Jimmy Buffett, One Particular Harbor. Jimmy Buffett is $19.99. Steely Dan Pretzel Logic is still available. It was on this MCA Coral label, which is probably an 80s reissue or repress. That was $34.99. A Rock and Roll Collection, Buddy Holly, 72 Deca. This is $24.99. That's on the Deca label. Donnie Moore, $5.99 for Flowers on the Wall. Donnie, that would be $8 if you want it. And then Dave Plunkett, Pretzel Logic. I won't do $27.50 because I don't like that, but I'll do it for $28. And we'll see if Donnie Moore wants this for $8. $28 on Steely Dan. If he says yes, 50 cents more. There was Buddy Holly again. The Roaches Keep On Doing is $14.99. Moody Blues Caught Live plus 5 was $19.99. Arlo Guthrie, Power of Love, that is $19.99. Golden Grass, the Grassroots Greatest Hits, $14.99. Golden Grass, the Grassroots. The Hollies, More Great Hits. The Hollies is $19.99. Linda Ronstadt is $9.99. Linda Ronstadt. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Allies, that is sealed, $34.99. Sealed copy. 16 Greatest Hits of the Impressions, $19.99. The Impressions. Charlie Daniels, Saddle Tramp, with the Burt Reynolds cover, $24.99. Crosby, Stills and Nash, CSN, $24.99. Fred's going to take the Urge Overkill for $35. That was right back here. Sell that to Fred for $35. And Andy Wade on Linda. And that was Linda Ronstadt, Living in the USA. That sold to Andy Wade. John Cougar Mellencamp was $19.99. Santana, Caravan Sorry, $19.99 for Santana. George Harrison, Living in the Material World. Living in the Material World, $29.99. Don Nix, Hobo's Heroes, Street Corner Clowns, $19.99. The World of Cat Stevens. This is in shrink wrap. German import. That is $19.99. The Flamingo Kid soundtrack. Kind of surprised this is still here. It's a perfect copy. That is $19.99. Redbone was $99.99. Redbone. Chris Christopherson, Me and Bobby McGee, $14.99. Joe Maynard, $15.99 for John Cougar. Sell that to Joe Maynard for $15.99. Van Morrison Wavelength, that was $34.99. Bachman Turner Overdrive 2, that was $14.99. The History of Country Music presents Merle Haggard. That is $14.99. Carole King, Touch the Sky, $14.99. The Turtles' Greatest Hits Deluxe 2 record set, $24.99. Savoy Brown, Blue Matter, $19.99. Paul Davis, Cool Night, $19.99. Shrink wrap and hop sticker. Delaney and Bonnie, $19.99. Dusty Springfield's Golden Hits was $19.99. Joey D and the Starlighters, the Peppermint Twisters, $19.99. Brian Friel, Ashes and Matchsticks, $9.99. And Marion Faithful, Faithless, $19.99. Let's see here. We have a few offers. We have, let's see what we got on some of these. I see the Grassroots first with Marco. Let me figure out what I've done with that Marco. There's Marion, Brian, Joey D, Paul Davis, Bonnie, Savoy. What happened to it? Redbone, Flamingo. That must have been pretty far back. There it is. Sold out the Marco for $9.99. And then Cool and the Gang and Roaches for $20. Jared McLaughlin. Let me find those. There's the Roaches. And Cool and the Gang. Could it be further back? There it is. Yeah, sell him both of those for $19.99. Scotty Hops, Marion Faithful for $15. Go ahead and sell that to Scotty for $15. Brent Rabley offered $10 for BTO. Let me see what I had that one, which was right here. Go ahead and sell that to Brent for $10. James Colehorn said Kansas, Point of No Return. I feel like that was a little bit further back. Sell him that one for $15. And then Sarah, I'll do $45 on the Fleetwood Mac. $10 off. It was $54.99. Surprised no one bought it right away, but that could be one of our last big sales now. We still got Oingo Boingo. I just got to figure out what I've done with it now. Brian, Joey D, Springfield, Paul Davis, Delaney and Bonnie. She said she'll take it. Now I just got to find it. That is somewhere right in here. The Statlers is still available for $8. There's Kansas Power. There's Mr. Go ahead and tag that to John Leal for $25. And Fleetwood Mac must be in the other bin. No, that's in here. That is sold to Sarah Morgan for $45. And then Thomas Bowman wants the Statlers for $8. Right here. That's sold to Thomas for $8. Okay, now here's the point where I ask you, is there anything else tonight or this week you were interested in, especially tonight in new vintage, but especially at any point this week, new LPs, if you're looking for a new something another, a new whatchamacallit, anything like that. We've got new Led Zeppelin albums. We've got new Smashing Pumpkins albums. I've got Alice in Chains. I've got Pantera. I've got Alan Jackson. I've got Megadeth. I've got Black Sabbath. I've got Fleetwood Mac. I've got Kiss. I've got Pink Floyd. We've also got the Rolling Stones and Queen and Tom Petty and David Bowie and AC/DC and Warrant and Forrest Gump soundtracks and De La Soul. And we hadn't sold one of these in a while. Somebody make my night. Here's one of my own personal recommendations. One night during prime time, I'll come out and try to really sell some Tyler Childers. This is one of my favorite. There's no telling how many times I have listened to this. Tyler Childers, live on Red Barn Radio. If you don't own this, if you don't know who this is, I'm sorry. First of all, go ahead and buy it, and then you can just send me a message later thanking me. $26.99. $26.99. So let me see what's in the comments. The high-end bin, we got 8 high-end bins that Paul is going to start listing on Monday on Discogs. Here's how we're going to do the high. After we get done with a bin, we're going to pull out anything that's $50 and up. We're going to list it on Discogs. That way people on Discogs can see it, and then y'all can get on there, and it's kind of going to be kind of like our website. There's already like 200 or 300 things on there now. We've sold several this week to regular Facebook customers. We're going to get stuff listed on Discogs. You can get on there and buy it. You can let us know if you don't get on there and buy it. Just let us know if you want something. That way we can just add it to your ticket. That way we can avoid Discogs fees. So just we're going to start listing high-end. Now, when we go through the high-end records, we're going to pull some stuff out and put them back in new arrivals. We're probably going to mark down prices, especially if it's something like Led Zeppelin. We have 2, 3, 4 copies of Led Zeppelin 4 just because we get it so often now that no one's bought. We're going to reduce those, put them back into new arrivals, re-clean them, re-sleeve them. That's how that works. $1 Billion Babies. Jesse, that's somewhere in that bin in the back. It will pop up sometime next week. I do not have Japanese Abbey Road. I do not have Best of Blondie Japanese. I can go look through the other bin, but I don't think I do. I don't have any Linkin Poe. Mark, I've got a whole bin of new sealed Pink Floyd albums. Black Sabbath. Give me 1 second on that. Chris Wood Sr. offered $10 for NRBQ. NRBQ was right here. Chris Wood Sr., that is $15 if you want it. $15. Scotty Hype said he'll take the Dusty Springfield. Andy Wade wants a Tyler Childers. I've also got the rest of his, so let me know on that. The 10cc was Live and Let Live. Live and Let Live. It was a $25 buy it now. Still no black Colt self-titled, correct? Only cream. No, you'll have a black self-titled on your invoice this week. Those came in. You'll have a black Colt on your invoice this week. I don't have any Judds that I can get to. The Marvin Gaye was $74.99. Harry Belafonte is $8. Donnie Moore wants the 10cc from earlier. Harry Belafonte is $8. 10cc, that's $25 to Donnie Moore. Next was Chris Wood Sr. on this for $15. How do you find you on Discogs? I guess there's not an easy way unless you search Collectco. The easiest way would be to message us and say, can I get a link to your Discogs? And Andy wants, I'll take a Sold Our Souls. That is, Sold Our Souls is the Black Sabbath we had earlier tonight. Let me find that. Is it in this bin? I think it's in this bin over here. Let's see. There's Sold Our Souls. Somebody asked about, let's see. There is not a Rots there. Only Japanese. I've got a whole nother bin I can go grab right quick, but to see if we can fill some of these requests. But we got Carole King, Beatles ballads, Clapton, Stewart, and Beatles. Those are the only, and then another Beatles and Sinatra. That's the only ones left. Let's see here. On Discogs, search U. That's for user equals Collectco. That's probably a good way to do it. There you go. That's like the formula for their website. You got to put in U for user, then an equal sign, and then our name. Black Sabbath. I may have some others mixed around, but Paranoid, $29.99. Black Sabbath on black and purple splatter, $36.99. Master of Reality, $34.99. And Mob Rules. That's a 2LP deluxe. That's also. I do have Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy is $36.99. Let me go see. I don't think there's much more in this other Japanese bin. Let me see if I see any requests. All right. Let's see what we got over here. Wayne Carr. The Marvin Gaye was, I'll show it. Marvin Gaye was What's Going On. It's a 71 Indianapolis press. EX, $74.99. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? EX, $74.99. The vinyl's very nice. I mean, it's EX, VG plus, VG plus cover. Michael Nath, we got your message. Yes, we got your message about that. Courtney, that was from the putback, but we had one left in our putback bin. Courtney wants a Guardians of the Galaxy. That's sold to Courtney. If you have Metallica Garage Days Revisited, I'll take it. It's your lucky day, Kelly. I try to keep Metallica pretty well stocked because it is incredible. Maybe not so much here live, but how many we do definitely sell. It's on the back wall, but we have it. Let me go ahead and grab it. There's no black albums in there, too. Boy, it's amazing. We don't have any of those up here. All right, so I'm getting through these comments one at a time. There's Kelly's Garage Days Revisited. These are $24.99. $24.99. David wants a Masters of Reality. I keep putting an S. Master of Reality. Master of Reality. That's so to David. That's so to David. Courtney got the Guardians of the Galaxy. Best way to reserve Discogs is send us a message on Discogs and let us know your name. Say, hey, this is Craig Thomas, or send our Facebook page a message. Okay. Send our Facebook page. Yeah, that too. Well, it just depends on who sees it first. Paul would see both of them, or where he's checking Discogs, he might see it on Discogs too. So, but probably Facebook. But if you're already on the Discogs app, I guess that would be a few less steps. Okay, here's our last thing of the night. I got a few more Japanese buy it nows, closeouts. Elton John, Ice on Fire, $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now. These are all near mint and pristine with inserts unless I say otherwise. John Fogerty, center field, $25 buy it now. Michael Nath gets Elton John. John Fogerty, $25. Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits, $25. The Doobie Brothers Farewell Tour, $25. Philip Bailey, Chinese Wall, $25. In shrink wrap, master sound. Cyndi Lauper, Japanese pressing, no obi, $20. ABBA, the album, VG Plus, $15. That's a Japanese VG Plus too. John Leal wants the Philip Bailey. That was $25. Chip Hall wants the Marvin Gaye from this bin. Finally, I was worried about the future of Earth. That's so to Chip Hall. That was 20. That was 25. So was that. How much was Ballads? Ballads. Where did you see that at? We've got Doobie Brothers was 25. Cyndi Lauper was 20. Olivia was 25, and John Fogerty was 25. And John Stevens was first to ABBA. That was 15. Steve Ziman was second. Philip Bailey had Easy Lover. There's another Beatles Ballads. We got two of those still left. $35 buy it now on those. It's a great Beatles comp. Wham! Fantastic. $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now. Oh, Beatles Ballads. Yes, $35. Jack, if you want one, just say sold. I got two of them. Sorry. ABBA. Thomas Bowman on Olivia Newton-John. That was a $25 buy it now. Wham was a $35 buy it now. Michael Jackson Thriller. What did we do one earlier for? 35. This one has some discoloration as well. Tear on the obi. It doesn't have the insert. $30. $30. Jack said sold on Ballads. That was 35. With poster, mint, $55. We sold one just a moment ago. With poster, mint, and insert, $55. And one it is mint, It's different obi, has a crease in the obi, still has the poster. We'll do that one for $50. So there's one pretty close to mint. This one is mint. This one, the vinyl's mint, check condition cover, no insert, $30. Wham, perfect with insert and booklet, $35. John Fogerty, $25. Cyndi Lauper is as nice as you could possibly make it. Rich Group. That is pristine Japanese, $20. And the Doobie Brothers, $25. I'll show I should have had those out here last time. And that we sold a lot of Japanese tonight, even though we really didn't auction many. Okay, so I guess that's it. Any last requests? Did I miss something from earlier? I know I walked away and had to grab some stuff. Rich Group took Cyndi Lauper. Take Cyndi Lauper for $20. Wham was a $35 buy it now. Anybody else? Anybody else? Now is the time. Let's see. Thanks for a fun week. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Nick put JF20, John Fogerty. That is $25. These are, I don't think I've negotiated too much on these. Maybe a hair on one of them, but I had this one marked $44.99, Nick. I have that marked $44.99, and I have it tagged to start about that whenever we initially put it up for auction. I have to have. We sold a U.S. copy tonight, I think, for $20 or $24.99. That's a perfect one. Brent said he'll take the $55 Eagles. That's beautiful. And then we got Joe on 33 on Wham. Just slightly under that one. I'll go ahead and take 33 for Wham. Any Grace Potter or Amos Lee? No, I need to check into those artists probably. Andy, we've already sold Wham. David wants a Beatles Ballads for $35. Let's go ahead and sell that for $35. And Nick, just let me know if you want John Fogerty for $25. That is like, look at it. Doobie Brothers, Thriller. And if you missed the ones earlier, we had a couple new people buying these. We have, your Thriller is definitely better than this one, Jason. Nick said sold on John Fogerty for $25. That's why it's a little bit cheaper. Michael Nath wants the Doobie Brothers for $25. So $25 on Fogerty, $25 on Doobie Brothers. Sinatra was $20. No Obi, but this is a nice near mint compilation. It also has a book or something with it. A poster maybe. Let's see here. You get a Japanese lyric insert and you get, for $20, look, that's worth $20. It's a Frank Sinatra poster. Frank Sinatra. That was $20. Then over here, there's the LPs. Let's see here. Jetted, just because it doesn't have the insert, it's not the, you know, these nice ones we've sold 55, 75 and up. We're going to go ahead and sell that to Jetted for $25. Alex wants the Sinatra for $20. So that leaves this check condition, or not check condition, it's just not perfect. I mean, it's a little fraying on the Obi, has a crease up here. Has the poster, I said 50 on that one. And then earlier we had a complete Beatles. This has got both booklets. This has both booklets and the poster. That was a $55 buy now. And then from long ago, here's the only other ones that's left. Carole King was $25. Clapton was VG Plus, $25. Rod Stewart was $20. And the Beatles at the Star Club was $30. Beatles Star Club at $30. Now that's really all of what we have left. John said he'd give $50 for the Beatles Red. Go ahead and sell that to John Moreno for $50. I can come up with another one of those if anybody else may want them. So the only other Japanese that I have is I've got a crate of all Beatles and solo Beatles of Japanese pressings, about this many in the back. Carole King offered, Mel offered $20. Now, you know, Mel, there was somebody on earlier. He may be watching, David Johnson. He tried buying Carole King before, did I say 25 on that earlier? Or did I price it right then for 25 or 20? David Johnson tried about 5 times buying that for 20. If he knew I was selling that right now for 20, he'd probably be very upset. But that was before it was buy it now, best offer time. Did I say 20 then? He may have that $20 price stuck in my head, but I think he said he was at his quota anyway, so we make sure he's not on. If he's already gone to bed, Mel, I'm going to sell it to you for 20, and I'll have to apologize to David later. Now, when the store flooded a couple years ago and my James Bond collection got ruined, the first package I got in the mail, just like a day or two later, was from David Johnson, and he sent me a whole stack of pristine James Bond records from his personal collection. And that was, but I still don't give him deals on stuff too often. He was trying to sweeten me up. I give him a deal occasionally, but I keep that in mind every time I'm pricing him a record. I'm like, well, he did send me about $200 worth of James Bond records right after I lost my lifetime collection. I lost about this many James Bond albums in the flood. I mean, I had multiple copies of everything, different countries, different pressings, sealed, shrink wrap, hype stickers if they had. They all went to the dumpster. They were all stuck together. I had about this many copies of Goldfinger, different countries, different conditions. They all are somewhere here in a landfill in Wilson County. Luckily, the rest of my collection wasn't here. If I would have lost my entire personal collection, that would have been very bad. I've built back, though. There's no telling how many I have now. I went on a buying spree, and it was terrible. All that vinyl. Oh, yeah. Vinyl. We threw away hundreds of, if not thousands of records, but you can't. There's just too many to repair. I mean, we just had to throw them in the trash. I didn't want to look at them. I was like, well, it's over. We had about 2 foot of water in this store a couple years ago. So, Mel said, to be fair, David, I'll do 25. Carol King sold to Mel Webster for 25. I think that concludes the show. We made it to 11 o'clock again. No part 2 tonight. The last show of the week. Sometimes we go really late, or sometimes we end about like right now, and we get caught up with everything we've sold. So we can get it all keyed in, and Tanner can start sending invoices as soon as he gets his day started tomorrow, and then Monday as well. So that's it. Final call if you want something. We didn't get around to CDs. We'll do that sometime next week. I'm trying to figure out maybe when we can do that another time. It's really hard for us to do. We can do shows on Sunday if I'm doing them by myself, which I can. But it will be very hard to explain to people at first. If we're selling something on Sunday, you probably won't get an invoice on that, for that week. It will be like Sunday will start a whole new thing. But I may have some time Sunday nights, because it's got to the point where every once in a while on Sunday nights, I'm like, well, I probably could go live right now and show stuff we didn't get to this week, like more auction records, CDs, 45s, miscellaneous, toys, magazines, books. So when are you going to buy the new boat? I will probably never own a boat. I don't really go out on the water. About the only time I'd buy a boat if it would be like a gigantic, like a yacht or something, and so you wouldn't really be a lot more safer, I guess. But I guess all ships sink. Not that I'm afraid of the water, but I was like, there's no records. You can't take your records out there, I guess. Why would anybody want to go out on the lake? I've never understood that. All right. Thanks, everybody. And we're done here with CollectCo for the week. Thank you. I'm sure I'll talk to y'all real soon.